get nasty on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. It is 2:01. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. No CD today. CD will be on the road with us tomorrow as his Illini take on the Washington Huskies.
He's going to join us tomorrow from the road?
He's joining us tomorrow, actually from his hotel.
Did we get him a microphone finally and some headphones?
Above my pay grade, I don't know.
I know this because when I travel, like I broke my headphones. So it's the old school, and it plugs into the side of the mic. Well, I guess at the end of last year, I was done in the playoffs. So I put it all in one little thing and threw it in my travel bag and got there. Well, the little had broken. So the metal piece is in there. It took me forever to try and get it out. But then I didn't have the headset. It wasn't working. Then it was
it's a problem,
an
man.
Echo. So you got to be set up right.
Yeah, you certainly do.
Our CD sounds like he's in that tin can the one time.
Very true.
He did sound better the last time we had him on from the road. I think you were out of town in Canada. He was in his hotel room, and it did sound better.
Awesome. Good.
Well, situation that you just described, Jamie, is certainly one in which you get into some trouble.
It could be problematic, yes.
Not as much trouble, though, as Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups and perhaps 32 other people who were indicted by the FBI.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
And you're the veteran radio guy here. You'll know the answer to this.
You are as well.
Because I felt really bad for BK and Alex. Almost their entire show when they talked about this, every other word had to be allegedly. Allegedly. And I understand we have to preface things like that because we're not accusing people of being guilty. Can we just say right now at the start of the segment, everything we're going to talk about as far as the allegations are concerned is allegedly. It's a blanket statement, and then we don't have to say it again?
I mean, the FBI's involved. Is it alleged? I don't know.
They're being innocent until proven guilty.
It's still alleged, yeah. They'll have their day in court.
If we just say, by the way, everything for the rest of this segment that we're talking about, allegedly.
Yeah, we'll try to tiptoe through the weeds.
I just don't want to say allegedly every third word.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that.
So allegedly.
Allegedly. Portland Trailblazers coach Chauncey Billups, Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former Cavaliers player assistant Damon Jones were among 34 people arrested in 2 federal investigations into illegal sports betting and a series of rigged poker games that were tied to mafia families.
Yep. Imagine that.
This was announced by FBI Director Kash Patel, and it's being covered obviously by all the media markets, including ESPN. A lot of the facts and stuff that I'm reading off are from ESPN.com. Both Billups and Rozier have been placed on immediate leave from their teams. The NBA said it takes the allegations with the utmost seriousness and emphasized protecting the integrity of the game. Trailblazers assistant Tiago Splitter will serve as the interim head coach right now for the Trailblazers, who just started. But the NBA just started, and this winds up being a major story. So this is what's going on. Involved insider NBA information used to profit from betting on at least 7 NBA games between March 2023 and March 2024. The teams allegedly involved were the Hornets, Magic, Trailblazers, Lakers, and Raptors. 3 of the games were allegedly manipulated by players who removed themselves mid-game. What? Rozier's alleged role was this. Arrested in Orlando, he's been accused of sharing inside information and intentionally sitting out games to influence bets. One example was March 23rd, 2023. So this dates back. It's not like the FBI just stumbled upon this. This has been a year-plus investigation.
The whole thing's been 4 years.
4 years total.
4 years in the making, yeah, and this particular one, yes.
Over the last, 2 years or so. So on March 23rd of 2023, Rozier told a friend that he'd fake an injury early in a Hornets game versus the Pelicans. The friend, Denario Laster, sold the info for $100,000, and bettors made hundreds of thousands in winnings. Rozier alleged that he helped count the proceeds afterward, and his lawyer is saying that Rozier is not a gambler and will fight these charges. The big issue, of course, is whether or not, and this was a lot of people's fears, when sports betting started to become legalized state by state by state by state. And we're not completely there yet.
No.
Not every state has legalized it.
I have to say something here that to clear it a little bit. All of these types of things were actually more prominent before the gambling sites. And I'm gonna take you behind the curtain.
Oh.
Okay? My uncle was a bookie. Not proud of some of the things that went on there. But he used to go down, he'd call it the office. And there was a little hotel, a bunch of Italian guys in the hotel with him. And he was the bookie and do all this stuff. Let me tell you what I learned about sports betting and about mafia influence and why would that athlete do that? He's making hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah, but his cousin lost a big bet. And in order to get that money back from the mafia who he screwed over, you're going to do this favor for me. That's how it happens. Or, yeah, your mom living in that house over there, she'd be a shame if she didn't have that house anymore, right? Yeah, you're gonna get hurt 9 minutes into the game. We're going heavy on the under. Mm-hmm. That's how you pay us back. So that's a little bit how that works. And it used to be even more prominent when there was no governing body. So when everything was in these dark, shady rooms and all this stuff was going on, was way worse than when you've got the gambling sites that are all above ground on this.
Right.
Believe it or not, all of these sites now make it easier to pinpoint things like this. Because when there's irregular action, AI, as we know it, tracks the irregular action, goes, boom, this bet here doesn't make sense. Why did all these people win? You didn't have that in the 80s and the 90s.
Right.
You didn't. It was like, I don't know, it's weird how that happened. I'm not sure. So that's a little peek behind the curtain. I go way more into detail on this stuff because I learned a lot as a kid. But that's how that happens when you talk about, because BK, well, he's got $100 million contract. Okay, maybe, and I don't know this to be fact, maybe there's somebody in his family that is in harm's way because they did something wrong, and now no amount of money is going to make that correct from your own bank account. And sometimes the trace of, like, me paying off Marshy, let's say, here's $30 million to that now is traceable.
Right.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. That's why I think the mafia presence involved in this, whether it's the poker games or not, I think there's an underlying story somewhere in there.
Jamie, I completely agree with you. The impact here is exactly what you said, or the one of the big takeaways here is that the sports books, whatever one was directly involved in this, if they're multiple, they flagged it. They flagged it right away. Nobody is going to suddenly bet like $30,000 on the under for Terry Rozier for points. And if you did that and you're not a $30,000 bettor, normally a sportsbook's going to flag it right away.
And then any bet you make for the next little while is going to be scrutinized.
Yes. Let's say, I'm a $10 bettor, $10 bettor. 10 grand, boom, on Terry Rozier. It's flagged right away.
Yeah.
Right.
So that.
And sometimes some sites, based on your actual activity, won't even let you go that high.
Right.
They'll be like, nah, $1,000 is the most you can go. Because they have like a firewall, almost a safety net.
In other words, these sports books are not in business to hand out free money.
Yeah.
So this, of course, is a concern. You still have an NBA player, and he's not the first one. He's not the first one in, this specific sport. There's been other athletes in other sports that have been, accused now. And the NBA continues to pop up, though.
Yeah.
But at the very least, they do have, limitations in place or guidelines in place to flag this stuff. Because the last thing the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NFL, NHL, they're all in bed now with all these sports books. The last thing anybody wants, though, is to sit down and watch a game that is predetermined.
Tainted.
In some way.
It's tainted. Yeah.
Because these leagues they exist because it's the best, real live TV that we have.
It's the best soap opera, whatever you want to call it.
Your thriller, your cliffhanger,
absolutely everything. It has everything. It's the best reality TV.
Correct. Reality TV isn't even reality. That is scripted.
And at the end of it all, it always ends up with a happy ending for somebody.
Well said, Jamie.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
But for some people.
For some people.
Yeah, because if your team wins, that's a happy ending.
Oh, we're talking about sports.
Of course.
Yeah. So we're talking about like Bravo TV.
No, he was referring to sports. Yeah.
Love is Blind or something like that.
No. When you hold the trophy.
Gotcha.
So here's what's wild too. Chauncey Billups wasn't even involved. They're connected in terms of like the stories being released at the same time. Chauncey Billups, as of right now, has not been indicted on the sports betting side of things. The focus with Chauncey Billups, an underground poker game that's run by mafia families. Billups and Jones have been accused of using their celebrity status to lure victims in. The games use cheating technology, rigged shuffling machines, hidden cameras, x-ray tables, marked cards read by special glasses or lenses. The victims and the losses estimated $7 million stolen, over $7 million stolen, including $1.8 million from one victim. Billups allegedly received $50,000 payments after rigged games in 2019 and 2020, and Mafia used violence and extortion to collect that.
So these games, what they do is they catch you on a night where you've had a bad night, and they say, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got a couple of buddies you can bring to the next game, right? Because they know that they're playing with rigged cards and rigged decks and all this stuff. Just bring a couple of buddies to the next game. Don't worry about your debt. You just come on with them. You know, have a couple of drinks, play along. Don't worry about big money. That's how they do it. Because now they got you. They got you. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to bring, like, if you get caught, you're going to bring Marshy and me into the game.
Right.
And then Marshy and me are going to bring CD and Mike Ryder into the game. And it just goes on and on and on. And that's how they collect their money. It's amazing because the house, meaning the mafia, they don't lose.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
It's
pyramid scheme,
kind
absolutely.
of, sort of, yeah. Amway. Yeah, that's what it is. The Amway of gambling.
The peer-to-peer. Yeah, so it's a wild story, and it is on the heels again of the NBA just opening up on Tuesday night.
Well, you know what makes it wild? Because we've seen other athletes in the past, whether it's the NBA, Major League Baseball, who have been in the conversation for potentially, allegedly gambling. What makes this wild, though, is that the FBI is involved. You know?
Sure.
And I know the FBI was involved with the whole translator with Shohei Ohtani, and that was a big thing at the time.
The FBI has to be involved, though, now, because there's federal gaming laws. So all of these sites that we use and we advertise and talk about, all the casinos that are now online, that's federal gaming, which means it has to be governed by a federal entity, which would be the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So they have to be involved in this.
It's wild. And I think, Jamie, you're right. There's going to be more to the story here. This is
way more
just the
tentacles
tip
to this.
Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Let's get our early thoughts on tonight's lineup for the Blues as they take on the Mammoth in a rebound spot, hopefully for the Blues. Will the Thomas, Kyrou, and Buchnevich line, will that be a difference tonight? We'll get into that and thoughts on some veteran players as well next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, I know that you were over at Mentality today.
Yep.
Yeah, as you are most Thursdays. Tomorrow I'll head into the Chesterfield location because that's what I do on Fridays. And one good thing that we always talk about is no matter what your program is to start with, which is fantastic, it's ever evolving. That's why Mentality takes your blood every 6 to 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, depending on who the client is. And they get a reading again. They get to look at it. They talk to you. They educate you. Told me what free testosterone. I had no idea what the heck that was. But now I do. And now every time I get my blood drawn, I'm involved in the process. And then they talk about how we're going to tweak my program or leave it the same way. And that leaves me feeling really comfortable.
Jamie, I'm more in tune now with my health than I ever have been before. I mean, I certainly go to the doctor when you have an issue, obviously, but once a year, maybe you get a physical, take the blood, see how everything's running. Now I'm constantly on top of my health thanks to Mentality, but the benefits are far outreaching than I thought initially when you brought me down there and said, hey, just sit down with them, chat with them. It's easy. I was low in testosterone. You were low in testosterone. A lot of the times what gets impacted is your energy, how you're feeling. if you're not in the mood to, go to work, or you're dragging constantly, all that flips on its head and you start to feel younger again. You get back in the gym. You get that drive back. You're doing a lot more around the house and at work. You feel like you're on top of your game. And that's what I think most men want to feel. Certainly Jamie and I do. So this year, stop settling. Be the dad who keeps up. Be the husband and the partner who's present. Be the dad you can be. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio right now to book your appointment. But when you do head to one of the 2 locations of Mentality, tell them Jamie and Anthony sent you. Before we get into the Blues Mammoth game, and we got the pregame for you, 6 o'clock with Alex Ferrari. The puck will drop at 7. We'll have all the coverage for you on 101 ESPN. Our guy Brandon Kiley was listening last segment to the Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, and he shared this, and I do appreciate it. This is from Pablo Torre. After reading the 2 DOJ indictments, it seems pretty clear that Chauncey Billups is a central figure in both the poker and betting investigations, which are intertwined in multiple other ways. Wow. And that's allegedly, of course.
Yes, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We had a lawyer apparently on the text line that said that we really should say allegedly.
After everything.
Or just sporadically.
Sure.
You know?
This is all alleged.
Alleged.
They're being accused. They will have their day in court.
They will.
But,
or they'll plead out. One of the two.
Pretty insane story.
Chauncey Billups obviously got himself involved in something that he still can't get out of. Mm-hmm. Whatever that is, I don't know. Because,
Allegedly.
Well, allegedly. Well, he's whatever. Allegedly got himself involved in something that he can't get out of. Mm-hmm. Because being an NBA coach and the career and all the stuff that he's had, like, at some point, you can cover your tab. At some point, but this is way bigger.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to see, just where it all leads, because like you said, I think this is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, there's a full story here. There's going to be an investigation overall.
Do you think this is bigger than the Tim Donaghy, right? The referee?
Yeah, who was calling
but he was
certain games a certain way.
He was solo on that one.
Was he though?
Well, he wasn't solo, but he was solo as far as the man on the court. He also had some things going on around him.
Yeah, he did.
There's a great documentary on that whole thing. I think
It's on
called
Netflix, I think.
Yeah,
right?
it's the Untold series.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called.
Those Untolds are awesome.
They
I did
are.
see
They're really
that one.
good.
It was really good.
They
really
are
good.
very good.
But this seems to be a thing in the NBA, which is concerning.
Well,
I think it can impact things more because there's only five guys in a starting lineup.
Well, and also in the last 5-6 years, load management has become something. So now you got players that maybe they'll dress, but they're like, "Hey, coach, after like 14, 15 minutes or whatever, like I need to like." You can really kind of mess with things. Not that the players are,
Right.
but with the load management and things like that. Like I feel like basketball becomes like,
Makes it tougher to really
right.
point out.
yeah.
Which is why these sports books monitor again the amount of wagers or the dollar amount of certain wagers for one specific play. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Again, we got the Blues and Mammoth game tonight. Will the Thomas, Kyrou, and Buchnevich line be the difference tonight? What are your thoughts on this line specifically, Jamie?
It's not my favorite line. Like watching them play for the last couple of years, and I know why Monty's doing it, and I don't blame him at all. He's looking for a jolt here. And if you look at last year in particular, most of the season, Kyrou played with Holloway and Braden Shen. But every now and then, you'd see Kyrou with Buchnevich and Thomas. Just a little bit nitrous oxide. I think that's the way he looks at it. So why not give it a chance? If you're Jim Montgomery and you're the coaching staff of the Blues, you really have not been able to generate a whole bunch of offensive opportunities. And then when you have, they haven't really been grade A, and guys aren't burying it. When they do have grade A's, they're not barely. Pavel Buchnevich missed a couple of point-blank ones in Calgary on that road trip. I remember watching that going, ugh.
Had a breakaway the other night.
Had a breakaway the other night, missed that. So, there have been some opportunities, but why not try and create more offensive opportunities? And at the same time, you're telling your team, look, everybody's still on notice here. I'm not satisfied with what I've seen so far. And obviously, following the game against the Kings, Monty wasn't satisfied with a lot of things, except maybe his goaltending and the play of his third and fourth line. Probably Tyler Tucker had himself a game. Kind of like that. Respect the big boy. But beyond that, I don't want to sound disrespectful because I was one of those guys, but those guys aren't difference makers as far as putting big numbers on the scoreboard for you. And I think this is just Monty trying to ignite a little something behind the big boys.
Is there a world in which Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich split up for an extended period of time, or is that something that maybe Monty doesn't want to go to?
Are you talking like short term, long term?
I don't want to say short term, just because lines are ever fluctuating within the game, and we've seen Jim Montgomery, if a player's not playing up to their potential, and he might not play them as much, and we've seen that multiple times. But I think maybe for an extended period of time, so I would say like 3 games. What do you think? Is that a good?
In a perfect world, I'm just going to be completely honest right now. In a perfect world, Pavel Buchnevich is not playing alongside Robert Thomas in a year from now, 2 years from now, because that will mean your younger players.
Okay, I'm not even thinking. But that's where I'm
far
going. Okay, you're thinking.
So ultimately,
Gotcha.
Here, Pavel Buchnevich has to be a really solid top 6 player. Right now, he falls in line with playing with Robert Thomas. They've been very good together.
Yeah.
And I hate to just be like, because it is only 6 games into the season right now. And if we're doing that whole song and dance 6 games into the season, Pavel Buchnevich still has 4 points in 6 games. So does he have a goal? No. Could he have 3 or 4 more points? Yes, but he still has 4 points in 6 games. So it's not like he's completely unproductive as a player. So we're not going to crap all over the way he's playing. But I look long term. I look at Robert Thomas's abilities in 2 years, where he's going to be. He'll be at the prime of his career. You better have another player or 2 that can keep up with him. Meaning, if it's Holloway, Kyrou, Dvorsky, Stenberg, Carbonneau, whoever it is, has to match that. Whereas I think the natural progression for Pavel Buchnevich, much like Braden Shen in his career, Shen used to be the top line guy. Then he's the second or third now. The evolution of time, it's Father Time is undefeated. but it's what you do with your ice time. So short term, I think they see a lot more time together.
Okay.
They play very well. And if we're really short term, it's 6 games into the season. I'd like to see them at 15 games. Where are they at 15 games? If there's still no goals and they're not putting up the offense,
Right.
then for me, like, all right, boys, you've had a pretty good friggin' shot at this.
Like, what does maybe a Kyrou, Thomas, Holloway line look like?
Yeah, I like that. I like Holloway, Thomas, Neighbors too. That doesn't hurt my feelings, you know.
I like Jake Neighbors on the first line when he gets his chance.
I like him on the first line, but ultimately that's a problem for your team if he's on the first line.
Right.
And I don't mean that in a malicious way. I love Jake. He's quite honestly one of my favorite players in the National Hockey League, but he doesn't profile to be a top line player. He profiles to be a middle six player on a championship team. So if the Blues are looking to hoist Lord Stanley again sometime in the near future, Jake Neighbors has to be a middle six player putting up 20 to 25 goals a year for you. So the Kyrou, Thomas, Holloway line is one that you would certainly look at and go, okay. But maybe 2 years from now, it's Carbonneau, Thomas, and Holloway. You just don't know, right?
Tonight, the puck will drop at 7. We'll have the pregame show for you right here on 101 ESPN starting at 6 with Alex Ferrario. And, of course, all the game coverage will be on the Blues radio network again right here on 101 ESPN. Marsh has got what's trending for you, including a story on some ticked off college football fans. Why are they so ticked off? Marsh will explain next on 101 ESPN.
Elevate your performance. Pure Performance is your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. They are known for their top quality work, and let me tell you, it is top quality work. I've had several things done to my pickup truck. My girlfriend's had new tires and rims put on her car. They do amazing work over at Pure Performance, and the customer service is absolutely fantastic. And what if you got that winter project right now that's a work in progress, that muscle car in your garage? Pure Performance has the largest selection of performance parts and fittings, so over the course of the winter, get into the showroom, talk to them about what you're trying to do. They will help you along with the process, and if need be, bring your car by, and they'll finish up some of those things for you. When you do get over to the facility, which is right there off of Cave Springs Boulevard in St. Peters, it's a 25,000 square foot facility, too, just full of awesome accessories and toys for your vehicle. When you get there, ask for Shelby or Paul. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They love hearing that. They're gonna help you. They're gonna walk you through the process. They're gonna make sure that they hit your budget needs, and they take great, amazing care of you because they want to see you again and again and again. So please stop by the showroom. If not, stop by online. Visit pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We just went over the line combination for the Blues as they take on the Utah Mammoth tonight. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We'll also talk with voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber, at 3:15. So stay tuned for that. But coming up next, we have What's Trending. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
What are the hot topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks. Just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter and Jamie Rivers. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Anthony, you mentioned it last segment. Perhaps there are some college football fans that are upset with one particular thing. I'm going to bring that up, but before I do, let's go over where College Game Day is going to be this weekend. Vanderbilt as the Mizzou Tigers take on the Commodores. Should be a great game. I think it's going to be a fascinating game. We're all interested in said game because we have Mizzou fans here. The Illinois fan is currently not in the room, but we're all...
Who's an Illinois fan?
Oh, that's Carey.
It's Carey Davis.
He's an Illinois guy?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Wow.
he went there.
Huh.
He played there.
Really?
Yeah, and he talks
that's
about
his
him.
team?
That's his team. He talks about him a fair amount, actually.
Oh, I got to listen better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Vanderbilt, apparently it's been kind of funny listening to a whole bunch of different reports throughout the day. And I guess the Vanderbilt kickers have been working with students that are there throughout the week because Pat McAfee and Kirk Herbstreit, they'll go and they'll have like 100,000, 200,000. It's gone up to like 400,000 or 500,000. They've like doubled and tripled and all stuff. So a bunch of kids who were in the lottery, they don't know yet who won.
Right.
But whoever submitted their name could come by and work on kicking 35-yard field goals.
That's cool.
With the Vanderbilt guys.
That is pretty cool. I like that because there have been some people that look like they've never kicked a football in their life.
No practicing.
Hear me out on this one. I watched a lot of these kicks, and I think what I would do is the very first kick it so terrible. Like, top it into the crowd and all that stuff. So then Pat and Kirk go, this guy's terrible.
Yeah.
We'll double it. And then Ray Finkel comes out. And I hammer that sucker 35 yards to the uprights.
Didn't Ray Finkel miss the field goal, though?
Marsh, it's my story.
Yeah, but bad hold.
It was a terrible hold.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you could blame Kirk for the hold.
Maybe.
But that would be my strategy, is to be so terrible that they're like, there's no way this guy's going to. We feel bad. Like, oh, man, this guy's never kicked a football. Or I'd go at it with my left foot, the first one.
Yeah.
And then be like, you know what? I don't really know which foot I kick. I'll try my right foot this time.
Right.
And then, because I think I could hit a 35-yarder.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
I used to kick him in the schoolyard.
Did you?
It was fun. We had the little orange football tee. You'd hammer some of those. My brother and I would work on that. I don't know. Because my dad said at one point, when we got older, when we couldn't play like real football anymore, he's like, well, if you guys want to keep playing football, you could be like the kicker or something, because I don't want you getting hurt. So we're out there hammering football through over like this.
Did you guys play football in high school or no?
Yeah, I did.
What position did you play?
Outside linebacker.
Okay.
I just
that makes sense.
murder people all day long.
That makes sense.
All day long. Then I played some offense too.
Did you?
Yeah, a little
Tight
bit of
ends?
running back.
Running back?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, anyways, I like it. College Game Day will be at Vanderbilt for the Mizzou and Vanderbilt game this Saturday. However, there is a group of people within the college football realm, fans, that are upset with this. This will be the 7th time in 9 weeks that College Game Day has visited an SEC school, and we're going to see it again. But there is a matchup, and it's FCS It's not FBS, it's FCS. The number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in FCS. That's North Dakota State and South Dakota State. Both teams are 7-0. There's a lot of people that are wishing that this is where College Game Day would go. And they've done this matchup before.
Yep.
It's been a while. Since they've done it. But do you think that storyline is a better storyline than a Mizzou-Vanderbilt matchup? And do you think that because we're seeing some SEC bias, that is another reason why people are a little over that conference?
So you had mentioned this before. The College Game Day has only been to SEC schools and Big Ten schools this year, right?
I believe so. I thought they went to a Miami
Florida
game.
State.
I think they went there too.
I was looking at the schedule. The Miami-Florida State game, and I can't remember where College Game Day was. It was like week 4 or something like that.
They did go to Miami because I'm pretty sure Pat McAfee jumped in like a pool or something.
Okay.
Unless that was Florida. I can't remember. It was one of the two.
So Miami did play Florida State in Tallahassee.
Yes.
So maybe they're in Tallahassee. That was the only ACC matchup that would have been worthy of College Game Day going to the campus. Look. Your big storylines are SEC and Big Ten. No disrespect to those two programs, but you want the most eyeballs on your product. And the majority of the eyeballs this weekend, out of all the matchups, will be on Vanderbilt and Mizzou. Essentially a college football playoff elimination game, I would think. I don't know what other matchup would make sense this weekend on the grand scheme of things. It just so happens to be another SEC matchup. I mean, I guess Ole Miss, Oklahoma, but again, that would be two SEC.
SEC again.
So
exactly.
Miami did host. That's when Matthew Kachuk was the guest picker.
Okay.
They played Florida, who was an SEC team.
There you go.
Was not the Florida State-Miami game. But SEC and Big Ten teams have dominated College Game Day this season.
In an off week, it would make sense. But I would pick 3 games this weekend
that are bigger than the FCS one.
That maybe not bigger, but in terms of the broad spectrum. Right? You're not trying to. We run into this sometimes too, where it's like, why aren't you guys talking about this?
Right.
Well, we lose 75% of our audience if we talk about that too much. It just is what it is.
And it's FCS. Like, I don't disagree by any means. There's a reason why they're FCS teams. They're not FBS teams.
I can't tell you for a second.
Yeah.
As the non-college football guy.
Well, no, you're a college football guy now.
Yeah, you are.
Now I am.
Yeah.
Right? As the past non-college football guy to the newly joining college football guy, I have no interest in North Dakota State or South Dakota State. Like, none. No offense to North Dakota. I know it's not North Dakota. It's North Dakota State.
I would have put North Dakota on College Game Day.
I'm just saying.
Even I wouldn't do that.
I have zero interest. If I've got the remote, and I do this, I flick it over to the guy to go, which college games? Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be at North Dakota State or South Dakota State.
Because it doesn't matter to the FBS.
And I've never really heard of any of the players.
I've never even watched the D2 or D3 championship games. I'm sorry. Again, if it was it was just kind of an off week.
Yeah, I'm not disrespecting those schools. There's no chance I'm watching it.
But you have 3 top 25 matchups this week. You've got Ole Miss, Oklahoma. You've got Vanderbilt and Mizzou, and you've got Texas A&M at LSU.
Right.
Even though LSU is 5-2, night game, Baton Rouge, I would choose that game. Had they not been going to Vanderbilt, I would have chosen that game or Ole Miss, Oklahoma over the FCS matchups.
And it's been a while since Vanderbilt has actually hosted College Game Day. So they're a good story. There's other people that think this 1 versus 2 FCS story is bigger. But ultimately, and we have people texting in, you got to follow the money.
Yeah, so
follow the audience.
There you go.
Here's where I go with this. When's the last time, like for real, that a game had so much on the line for Vanderbilt versus Missouri?
Never. This is it.
So this is it.
In the modern college football era.
Right.
And one step further, Missouri fans can travel to Vanderbilt. It's not that far.
No.
So now you can have both this is going to be a massive spectacle for two teams that at the start of the college football season be like, that's it's a game on the schedule.
Yeah.
Now it's like whoever loses this game is probably not going to qualify for the college football playoffs.
Probably not.
We did get a text from the 618, and I'm not going to say that I 100% agree, but there's a little bit of me that I'm like, yeah, I could see it. 618 says, guarantee either one of the Dakota teams could beat Missouri or Vanderbilt. There's some pretty good football teams. They just happen to be FCS teams, and they've dominated the FCS for the last 15 years.
That's like
North
me the
Dakota
other
State
day.
has beaten teams. When they play the little donor games, they continually beat teams.
So has MAC teams, though. You know,
And we established that the MAC is a fantastic conference. Anthony. What are you trying to do
Even
right
Sun
now?
Belt teams have.
I go back to what I said a week ago, to which I should have retracted. But when I made the statement, snarky, that Ohio State could beat teams in the NFL, maybe once out of 10 games. But overall, all of the players in the NFL are the best players from college football that are now playing pro.
Yeah.
So all the SEC teams probably have most of the top-rated talent as opposed to the
for
FCS.
sure.
So
It's not even close.
I remember you saying that it was the Titans, and the Titans are a horrible team. And I
was like, I meant to retract it, but I never did.
But I also said that they're I said the Titans are barely an NFL team. I said, and then you said what you did. But in reality, the speed at which the NFL is played, I'm sorry, Ohio State wouldn't beat.
I understand that.
If we played them 10 times, they might win 9. But not today.
But
not tonight.
Tonight. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Speaking of Mizzou, even though an entire game shouldn't be placed on one player's shoulders, I do think this game has high magnitude for one Mizzou player. Tell you who that is next on 101 ESPN.
Circus Sports, the world's largest sports book, right there in Las Vegas, Nevada, all the way out in the state of Nevada. No, not anymore. The world's largest sports book is right now in the palm of your hand. All you have to do is download the Circus Sports Illinois app today. Find it on the website or at the App Store. Super user-friendly. And if you have any problems, you talk to an actual person, not a bot or some AI thing. No, you talk to a person who can walk you through it. The website I love because they've got great futures bets available for you, tight money line splits, and as always, the best odds of any app that is out there. And if I'm looking at the NHL tonight, because I love the NHL, the Anaheim Ducks playing pretty good right now on the road at the Boston Bruins. Give me the Bruins on the money line, minus 115. I also like the Islanders against the Red Wings. That game, I like the Red Wings. They're an underdog. They just got pumped in Buffalo. They're at plus 114. Give me the Red Wings on the road. So it's that easy. Just download Circus Sports Illinois, the app, and you can bet like a pro today. Make sure you don't miss out on any of that action. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. Vanderbilt, number 10 in the nation. Host number 15, Mizzou. 2:30 local time, ESPN on Saturday. And I cannot wait for this matchup. I was thinking about this. Mizzou has played the ultimate team game this season. They've ran the ball well. They've played great defense, especially up front. Beau Pribula has made some big-time throws, whether it's to Norfleet, the tight end, or to Coleman, wide receiver. They have played very good complementary football this season. This is one of those games, though, and while no game ever comes down to one player or one play, based on the fact that Vanderbilt's going to roll out there Diego Pavia, who does so much for the Commodores, I do think that this is a game that Beau Pribula's got to step up.
He's got to ball out, man.
He's got to ball out.
He's got to ball out. He's got to equal what Diego Pavia does. It's got to come down, in my opinion, the QBs at the end of the day have to be a wash, and it comes down to something different.
Sure.
For the win.
Running games, defense,
whatever.
Turnover margins.
You have to nullify Diego Pavia with Beau Pribula matching him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible.
Well, I think
Pavia's pretty good.
I think it's possible.
Very similar.
But we have seen flickers of Beau Pribula's best games, right? We've seen the flicker of him taking off from the pocket and picking up a huge gain, a huge first down. We saw him last week on that dig route over the middle, fire one in there, perfect timing, absolutely have to have it, and Beau Pribula makes the play. You and I really love the one throw that he had along the sidelines. I can't remember who it was. I actually think it was Norfleet. Down the sidelines of the one game at well, they've all been at home outside of the Auburn game, where he puts
and
it
Lindenwood.
And Lindenwood. He puts it in a spot where only Norfleet's going to come down with it. We've seen flickers of that, but he's also benefited greatly, of course, from having Ahmad Hardy. Now, Hardy and the running game still have to be there.
And Beau has to get the ball out quicker sometimes.
Well, I think he's
waiting for guys to get 100% open.
Sure.
And he hangs on the ball. And then by the time he throws, the defense are adjusting or they're catching up. Like, in football, when a guy has, let's say it's a post pattern. As he's getting towards the top where he's about to make his post pattern, you throw the ball into the post pattern. Then the receiver goes into the pattern, finds the ball, makes the catch.
Yeah, throw him open.
It's not get yourself open and then throw it to him, because now the defensive back, the cornerback, the safety, they adjust. They're ready for that too now because they know what that pattern is at that point.
Right.
Beau has to get the ball out as the pattern's happening, not once it's happened. That's where I think he got himself in some trouble against Auburn specifically and against Bama, is he doesn't want to turn the ball over, which I commend him for that. But then by the time he throws the ball, it's getting knocked away or even picked off.
Sure. I think the Auburn game highlighted a couple of things. One, Auburn's got a stout defense, but it's not like you're going to go into Vanderbilt this weekend and face Arkansas's defense.
No.
Vanderbilt is stout on that side of the ball as well. I thought for the first time, Beau Pribula looked shaky given what Auburn was showing him from a pressure standpoint. When there is a little bit of pressure, I thought he tried to get the ball out quickly. That's what happened on the one interception. And if you don't have that outlet or you don't put the ball in a good spot, you throw it on the inside of an out route as opposed to obviously going outside, then it's an interception. I thought the blitzes and everything started to get to him. He started to lock on one receiver. The O-line's going to hold up. Again, this is not just all on Beau Pribula. But this can't be a game in which we say, you know what, Beau Pribula played good, it's just such and such and such. Because I think that Diego Pavia will continue to put Vanderbilt on his back, specifically the offense. So this is a big-time SEC matchup. Beau Pribula's second road game. He's got to ball out a little bit. And he cannot leave yards and big plays on the field like he did against Alabama. To me, that was the biggest turning point or the biggest key to Mizzou losing that game. We can get into the angle on the fake punt and whether or not they should have had a better angle, whether that was a first down. We can get into some of the miscues and mistakes that they had from the personal foul situation earlier in the game and all that. Whether or not they should have.
I think that to me,
it was big
because that would have been a stop.
We could get into Ahmad Hardy.
Bama would have been punting there because that was the third down play. That would have been a punt.
Right.
It wasn't a tone setter. It was almost like a tone deflator.
But what if you get the ball back?
Right.
Good
Oh,
field
absolutely.
position, and let's say you get another 3. Now you're up 10-0.
Well, imagine, I mean, the game, it was what, a 4-point game?
Yeah.
3.
A 3-point game. It was a
3-point
3-point game. Now it's not if they don't score a touchdown.
But that's college football. That's college athletics for you. I mean, the intensity's through the roof.
Even with all that, I thought they did not push the ball down the field until the final couple of minutes when Alabama started. They had the 10-point lead. Alabama started back off, and then the big plays started. You cannot wait until the final offensive drive of the game to connect on some explosive plays. They've got to be there this weekend. This is a big time SEC matchup, and this is where your quarterback at this level needs to shine. Not all on him. You can't pull a rabbit out of a hat, especially on the road, but he's got to come up with more of those throws that he had to Norfleet and Coleman earlier in the season more consistently, because you may have to match scores here.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is why you went out and got him, right?
Yeah,
this is exactly why you went out and got a guy like this.
This was your guy, and they're
win these big games.
And look, man, they're fortunate to have him. They are. They're fortunate to have him. But his play over the last, I would say, 2 weeks have provided a little bit more, some more questions than answers. So let's hope that he has himself a big game. At the very least, they match Pribula, and Mizzou winds up coming away with a victory and improved to 7-1. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We'll have some predictions for you tomorrow on this game. Has John Mozeliak given St. Louis fans PTSD? Marcia's thoughts on this next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, I love when our guy Stewie comes on with us because he's always got something new. And Stewie, I know today you want to talk about 30-year loans, whether or not you go back to them, and then benefits of it.
Well, we talked to a lot of customers, and a lot of people are interested in the cash flow, reduced rate, getting a better payment, maybe taking some cash out. But some people come in and say, hey, I got a 30-year loan. I'm 1 year into the 30-year loan. And mentally, I don't want to go back to a 30-year. I don't want to start again from the 30-year. Is there anything that we can do? Well, with us, you can pick the term you want. We can do a 30-year, a 29-year, a 17-year, an 18-year, whatever you want, we can give you that term. Most lenders don't. They go in 5-year increments. We can go ahead and tailor it custom just for you when you want. This way you don't go backwards. This way you enjoy the savings. Remaining term stays the same. You're just way ahead of the game, and you do it only with us.
Yeah, only with Stewie and his crew. That's the only people I will deal with for the rest of my life. It's what I tell people all the time. It's the only time I've ever gone through the process of purchasing a home where I wasn't stressed out. And for that kind of service and information that Stewie just blessed us with, give him a call at 314-324-4440.
Again, the number's 314-324-4440.
If you can't call, text him. Day, night, weekend, doesn't matter. Stewie's our guy, and we want him to be your guy. And if you can't remember all that stuff, what can you do?
You can always Google the Bagel Loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
1, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Marsh, I know you had a thought on whether or not John Mozeliak has given all of St. Louis fans, not just Cardinals fans, PTSD.
Yeah, what I mean
why
by
is that?
Well, okay. Zach Bolduc, he keeps popping up.
He doesn't play for the Cardinals.
No, he doesn't. He plays for a different red team now. The Montreal Canadiens.
The Bleu Blanc Rouge.
The Habs, Anthony.
Yeah, the Habs.
The Habs.
The Habitats.
Habitant.
You're close.
Thank you.
But, and we've had this conversation before many times about Zach Bolduc being traded, and, people are questioning the trade because of what Logan Mailloux has done so far or has not done. But I'm wondering, and let's play a game here.
Would you like to play a game?
Yes. John Mozeliak had never traded away Randy Arozarena for Matthew Liberatore. Would this conversation even be a thing?
I would say yes.
You do believe so?
Yeah, because before, and this one's kind of easy for me. Before the Arozarena and Liberatore trade, what was there?
There was the Marcelo Ozuna for Sandy Alcantara, Zach Gallen.
But that one didn't take off more so than the Arozarena and Liberatore trade, right?
Yes.
Because people hated the fact that the Cardinals, at least at the time, and even now, let's be honest, got fleeced.
Yes.
A lot more people liked the Ozuna trade.
Right.
But the Arozarena trade, because you saw some flashes of him, right? You got ticked off. Now, if it doesn't happen that way, I still think people are upset. Why? Because we are a reactionary society. We don't want to wait to see what happens. We don't want to allow things to play out. We want it now, and we want the results to be now. So I still think it happens. I think this has got more to do with society and sports fans, and less to do about John Mozeliak and that Randy Arozarena trade.
See, I agree with you. I think for me, I'm just looking at it, and I'm just wondering if fans are under, and this is not all fans by any means. It's just a section.
You don't want to
fan
generalize.
Base. Don't want to generalize by any means. And I definitely don't want to speak for St. Louis. But I just wonder if some people are thinking like, man, is this happening again? Except for it's the Blues now and not the Cardinals. I wonder if that is their reaction to the Blues trade is because of what they already experienced with the Cardinals years prior.
Well, let me ask you that question then. Are you reacting to it that way?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm just looking at what people are saying on the internet, what some people on our text line have been saying. So I'm just throwing it out there to see what you guys believe.
David Mofallon says, and this is from the Snake Pit, it's not just the trades, it's the terrible signings, Fowler leak, Brett Cecil, Carpenter's last extension paying him $20 million a year. So I also think what Dave just said factors in here. Mo had a bit of a track record, and then you get to that point. It was almost like that was the breaking point for a lot of people.
Right. But do people feel the same way about Doug Armstrong?
No. Even though he's had some missteps too.
Yeah, for sure.
He's had missteps, but he's also had some dynamite signings and trades.
So, look, all of this, let's just be honest, guys. And I was watching the game last night, so let's just be brutally honest. The only reason we're talking about this today is because Zach Bolduc scored again last night.
That's correct.
Okay? And all I see everywhere is like, Boldy would look good on the first line. He's not playing on the first line in Montreal. He's not playing on the second line. He's not playing on the third line. He played on the fourth line last night, played 10:46 in the game, scored a power play goal, which is very reminiscent to what the Blues were using Bolduc as. If Bolduc was a top-line forward, he'd be playing alongside Cole Caulfield and David Suzuki up in Montreal. He's not yet, because Zach Bolduc still has work to do. Just like Logan Mailloux has work to do. And that comparison is going to forever be there until Logan Mailloux, it becomes a regular. Just like the Brendan Shanahan, Chris Pronger was, Shanny, they won. And all of a sudden, at the end of it now, people go, I don't really know who won this one. Because they both end up being great players. So let's dive into this just for a second. Because every time we talk about Doug Armstrong and the fact that he's had some good deals, bad deals, people automatically, like the 6-1 hate is probably already typing. Well, if he was any good, he'd have got Matthew Tkachuk. Okay, so let's go back to that. Matthew Tkachuk was available to the entire league, and Calgary Flames were free to take the highest bid for him. The Florida Panthers had a player named Jonathan Huberdeau that had put up 115 points the year before, and they added him to that deal. Did the Blues have a 115-point player to offer?
No.
No. So they were not going to get Matthew Tkachuk. They tried. There was talk. There was offers made, to my knowledge. But the offers, none of them matched what the Panthers were able to do, or what the Flames were able to do with the Panthers. So let's take that off the board. Then the next one we go to is, remember way back when, the David Backes thing. He's our captain. Army can't let him walk. All because Army didn't want to go to a 5-year deal with this player. Mm-hmm. He was like, the way he plays, I just don't see it. Whatever, blah, blah. And everybody was so mad. Because why? David Backes went on his first season with the Bruins. He put up only 38 points in 74 games. That's the highest amount of games he played. After that, his totals were 238 games played. After the Blues, 101 points scored. So it ended up not being a huge loss for the Blues. And in fact, David Backes was scratched. And this is not about David Backes.
Yeah, you're not criticizing.
No, I love Backes. He was scratched in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final against the Blues, if that tells you anything. The next one, well, Alex Pietrangelo, he'll let him walk. I get it. And Army himself on record saying if he had a do-over, he'd probably want to handle that one differently. Petra went on to win a Stanley Cup with a very good stacked Vegas team. But he's only going to end up playing 4.5 years of a 7-year deal. So that would have been 8 years, by the way, here. Mm-hmm. So if all these injuries mount up, it would have been 4.5 of 8 years. So then people are like, well, Tom Stillman and the group would be like, we're paying this guy to sit in the crowd right now? Like, yeah, we can use his money on the LTIR, but we're paying him to sit in the crowd? Mm-hmm. And then the Yori Laterra deal. Let's look at that one. Braden Shen is what you got in return. Yori Laterra went on to play only 89 NHL games after that, registering 11 points.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. So to put a bow on this, because I'm so, and Marsh, you saw my reaction earlier. I'm fed up. I'm fed up.
Jamie wanted Marshy dead.
With this Mayu Bolduc stuff. But I do want to hear audio from our guy BK, because I just have to push back about one thing that he said. Here's what he said earlier today.
And we can agree, they're worse today, it's better for tomorrow, all of this different stuff, right? But also this team's trying to win right now. And so doing so while dragging along at times a young player in Logan Mailloux that you're trying to develop at the NHL level, those two things can collide.
Yes.
And they're almost counterproductive when you're trying to serve both masters, so to speak. Like, it's just not an easy situation to handle if you're the Blues. And that, to me, is what makes it look bad. Is that you're potentially losing games right now because of a trade that you made that you knew would make you worse, while also saying at the same time, we're trying to compete for the playoffs. And you have your coach coming out and saying, like, we've got to be better. This is unacceptable. We're falling into the same issues that we did a year ago. And when all of this stuff is happening, that's where I think you go back to, well, you had this dude that you made you better for right now, so why'd you trade him?
But did he, though?
So, BK, I have a question for you, although you're not here.
He was listening earlier.
Last January, when you were going through all these problems that Jim Montgomery's highlighting right now, who was on the roster?
Zach Bolduc.
Zach Bolduc was on your roster. So by not having him, now what? So you can't tell me that Logan Mailloux is what's causing these problems. He's not. And again, let's go back to facts, because BK loves facts. So let's stay in the fact lane. The fact is that
The fact lane?
Yeah, welcome to the fact lane.
Mm-hmm. Not the cocky fat A lane.
No.
It's something different.
Zach Bolduc plays on the fourth line right now. He played 10 minutes and 46 seconds last night for the Montreal Canadiens. We're calling that, this is like a superstar. If he was a superstar, like, he'd be playing 15 to 20 minutes a game, even north of that. Okay? And as far as Logan Mailloux is concerned, if someone took the time to go look through the depth chart of the St. Louis Blues, they'd realize that this Logan Mailloux trade is not just for the future. Yes, it has future written on it right now. Go look at their depth chart. They don't have one guy in their minor league system. You say, oh, well, Skinner. Skinner, really? He's had 5 or 6 years in the minors to prove himself to be an NHL defenseman. Well, he had a great camp. Logan Mailloux had a better camp than Skinner. So this trade was not just thinking about tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. They didn't have a right-handed shot defenseman in their system or a player that's ready to play in the NHL. If so, they would have anointed Matthew Kessel the guy. Have they done that?
No.
No. So this is just as much about Matthew Kessel as it is about Logan Mailloux, too. And Matthew Kessel's had a lot longer runway here and way more pro games under his belt in order to say, well, it's not working. So I'm tired of the narrative of, like, Bolduc would make you better now. Bolduc's helping Montreal. And again, this is nothing against Zach Bolduc. I love the kid. I hope he scores a lot of goals. They're going to love him. They do love him in Montreal. Great for him. But this trade, don't be fooled, was not a futures play. It wasn't. Yes, it has futures tones to it. But right now, you had no right-handed shot defenseman playing your third pair because you have no confidence in Matthew Kessel to be a regular, everyday NHLer. Go to the minor leagues. You have nothing. You have Schooneman. You have Skinner. Leo Loof. None of those guys are playing regular for you. None of them. Lindstein is a brand new young kid. He's a left-handed shot, too, by the way. He doesn't profile to be that guy. Now, Juracek in a couple of years from now, maybe. But that's a maybe. He's not even playing pro hockey yet. So although we look at this trade as, down the road, it's actually for now as well, which is why it's important that he gets breaks, take a few games off, because they're going to... The second half of the season, as we know, is huge in the NHL. And especially this year with an Olympic year, because Logan Mailloux will not be going to the Olympics. You will need that right-handed shot defenseman to play higher minutes, so you better develop him the right way right now in the first half of the season.
And by the way, BK did say that he does like the trade.
Yeah.
He likes the trade.
He likes the
we'll
trade.
throw that out there. But obviously
he's just wrong with his comment. I love him, though. I invite him to my house all the time.
That is true.
He's a big fan of the family. We love him. We love his wife. We love his kids. His son, Lucas. Awesome trade. It's nothing to do with that. Just business.
That's Jamie Rivers, that's Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Chris Kerber is going to join us next. We'll continue our hockey conversation with him here on 101 ESPN.
All right, if your house is like my house, sometime in the last couple of nights, your wife probably went around and said, I got to turn that heater on. They were cold. And look, when you turn the furnace on, there's one simple thing. You just want it to work. How do you make sure it works? You call Classic Air Care, and you make sure that you have the thing maintained. It's the easiest way to save money is to make sure that the unit is maintained, ready to go. And that is how you know that when you turn it on, you can count on it being ready for you to be comfortable in your house. It's just that simple. This is the time of year where sometimes you might want to leave the windows open, so you open them up, get some fresh air in the house, so it gets turned off and on. Make sure that air filter is changed. That's the best thing you can do at home. But get online to Classic Air Care, have them come out and do a maintenance check on your unit and make sure that you're ready for the summer, or the winter, rather. Look, they've got over 100 trucks on the road. They can get to you typically within 24 hours. They also have an emergency 24/7 line. If something does go wrong after hours or on the weekend, it's Classic Air Care. Get ready for the winter. Have them come out, maintain that furnace so you're ready to go. That's what I've done. Do the same thing. It's Classic Air Care. They've been making people comfortable since 1926.
Talking everything St. Louis Blues as we head into the Blues booth on 101 ESPN. Presented by Boardwalk Hardwood Floors. Find your perfect new floor at boardwalkhardwood.com.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Let's head to the Collier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by the play-by-play voice of our St. Louis Blues, Chris Kerber, with Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Appreciate everybody being tuned in, and you can tune in tonight to the Blues and Mammoth. Pregame at 6, puck drop at 7. Kerbs, how you doing today? Oh, no, Kerbs.
Kerbs hung up on us.
Kerbs, you there?
I got you.
It was bound to happen.
I got you.
Oh,
that's
boy.
my fault. That's my fault. I had the phone muted. Sorry.
No,
fellas.
that's all right. No problem at all.
Doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing good. Kerbs, if the Blues are going to have a rebound performance from the loss of the Kings, what's the number one factor in said rebound tonight?
I think you got to start finishing on your scoring chances. I mean, I think sometimes we can try to dig deep into a bunch of things. We can look at how things are going, where you can look at trends. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes your best players just have you be your best players, and they need to score some goals. And I think, honestly, that's where it's at. Because, guys, I look at it, I don't know. I love the fact that there's some angst even from the fans after that L.A. game, right? But at the same time, this is a Blues team that's won or picked up points in 4 out of their last 5 games, right? With a win tonight, they could make it 5 out of a possible 6 points in their last 3 on home ice. I started just looking at some of the numbers. They haven't allowed a team to get 30 shots on goal yet. They're getting scoring opportunities. You look into some of the more detailed nuggets of it, like their offensive zone time is actually like top 10, top 7 in the league. There's things along those kind of lines that leads you to think that, frankly, there are some things that are going well. The one thing that you just haven't seen from one game to the next is a consistent, similar-looking kind of game from the Blues. Like, you had a goaltender steal the game in Calgary, and then you had a really good game in Vancouver, right? You lay an egg against Chicago. You get a good game against Dallas. You're hoping that's spilled, and it just doesn't quite look the same against the L.A. Kings. And I honestly think just a few goals going to the back of the net on the positive side probably heals a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kerbs. And one guy that could certainly benefit from some of that is Pavel Buchnevich. And the question I've got for you is not what does Buch have to do to score goals, because I think we've talked a lot about that, probably ad nauseum in the last 3-4 days, whether it be Monty or the media or whatever. But at one point, do you think Monty experiments for an extended period of time where he separates Buch and Robert Thomas?
Yeah, it's a fascinating one. I think maybe at some point you'll have to, but I think they have enough history, Jamie, where eventually you're going to go back to it. Watching the line rushes yesterday in practice, then you had the morning skate today, and eventually when you have certain, like, I just don't think that I've seen very many scenarios over the years where coaches kind of put the lines in a blender, come out with something different, and then they go, wow, that worked. Eventually they seem to, that water finds its level analogy. It seems to come back to this. And look, Pavlovich-Navich has the skill. He has it. Robert Thomas does as well. I think it's just a matter of two guys kind of figuring it out. Because when they do, they're good, and then it gives you some real good balance, and you're a better team when that happens. So I think for a while here, you've just got to I don't know. I mean, Jamie, you were in the battle, for your whole career with this. I think sometimes as coach, you just got to look at a couple of players and go, get it figured out, and going to give you a chance to get it figured out. And I just think that the team's better if that happens.
Chris Kerber joins us right now on the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Kerbs, why do you think that some of the top players are off to slow starts? From those you've talked to or just your observations, what do you think is currently got some of the top players in a slog?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, honestly, Anthony, I have no idea. I think what I have seen, at least, from my eyes, I mean, this isn't me talking to anybody. This is just really my opinion, what I've seen. Sometimes the zone entries haven't been great, so there's been a lot of energy trying to get the puck in deep, and then you're not really controlling it. You may have some decent zone time, but maybe not as much on your stick. And then, honestly, I just think it's the cleanliness of plays. You see pucks that hit a stick bounce, a foot and a half off, and the defense is able to make a play. I think it honestly might just come down to simple execution at the level that these skilled players should be able to do. I mean, look, guys, I'm looking at working on tonight's game, right? And you're looking at 9 points for Clayton Keller and 10 points already on the year in 7 games for Nick Schmaltz. And you're going, I don't see any reason why there's a couple of St. Louis Blues that don't have those same kind of numbers, right? Somewhere along the lines here. I mean, so the skill is there, the skill set is there, the experience is there. I just think that kind of game in, game out, you're still just hoping for a little more consistency. Now you're hoping for you're hoping for a lot more consistency where you get to the point like the team was after the break last season, where there was an expectation of what the game was going to be, how it was going to go, and the Blues executed it. And they just haven't found that consistency yet this year. And yet, they're still in a pretty good spot at 3-2-1 through 6 games.
Kerbs, a little bit of a spirit animal for the St. Louis Blues by the name of Oscar Sundqvist finds his way back into the lineup tonight. I know that we don't spend a lot of time focusing on fourth-line players, but, what do you think the addition of Oscar Sundqvist does for this team in that lower part of the lineup?
I walked into the rink yesterday. He was on the ice for practice. He was skating down the right wing, and I went, man, that guy's really big when he puts his skates on and gets out there. Like, he's got some size, doesn't he? When Oscar Sundqvist was acquired and he got comfortable here, Craig Berube constantly referred to him as the head of the snake. He just, like, the team goes when they go. What you're going to get when he's back in the lineup is probably one of the smartest players on the team when it comes to where he's supposed to be on the ice. It's something Jim Montgomery talked about, Craig Berube talked about, Drew Bannister talked about. He takes efficient routes. He gets to where he needs to go. Yeah, you're going to get some penalties taken on him, no doubt about that. But at the same time, you're just getting a smart player, and I think he's the kind of player that can kind of help calm down that bottom 6 a little bit with some really good plays. I don't know if we're going to see great offensive numbers from him really at this point in time. But if he can stay healthy, it's just a really smart, solid hockey player that does things right on the ice. And, man, his teammates love him out there, too. So I think you get a lot of positives that way.
Kerbs, there's often times where we talk about how the Blues organization is a great organization and the Alumni Association in the city are a great support staff. And I bring that up because Logan Mailloux finds his way back into the lineup tonight. And few people know this, but, a lot of people know we had Chris Pronger on our show last week and to specifically talk about Logan Mailloux. And he said some really awesome things, and that got followed up with JR's article, Lou Korak. And then I witnessed something myself in the bottom of the arena that night following the game as Chris Pronger went out of his way to find Logan Mailloux, shake his hand, tell him, hey, I've got your number. I'm going to be giving you a call to chat for a little bit. How much do you think having an organization like the Blues, the way they embrace their players, and then the alumni guys around, how much can that help a young player through what we'll call a little bit of a speed bump in his development?
Oh, I got to think it's absolutely massive. I mean, if a Chris Pronger, if you're a young defenseman in this league and a Chris Pronger walks up to you and says, I'm going to give you a call and we're going to talk, you're like, yes, sir, and you just sit down and you stare at the phone until it rings and you got a notepad waiting on it, right? I mean, it is a good thing. Look, I think sometimes alumni and former players also, they're extremely respectful of the players currently in the locker room and of the process of the coaching staff. So I don't know that, all the time they go out of their way as much as, frankly, I think they should to help something. I mean, sit next to Bernie Federko and for a practice, and you're going to know exactly what I mean, the way he looks at the game and breaks down a power play and stuff like that. So I think there's immense value to that. And for somebody like Logan Mailloux, I mean, I can't think of – you've got Al McInnes that can talk to him in this organization. There's Barrett Jackman, and you've got Chris Pronger, and you've got three guys that played the game as hard as anybody that had great careers. So I got to think it's massive. I love everything that Chris said. I talked to him the morning before that game as well. And, you just got to – the young man's just got to go in there and play. And that if you're an organization, that if you're putting them into play, there's no way you can gain experience without playing the game, and you're going to get some mistakes. So put them in there, play, keep coaching them, and I'm glad to see him back in the lineup.
Kerb's looking forward to listening to your call tonight alongside Joe Vitale as the Blues take on the Mammoth at 7 o'clock.
All right, guys, have an awesome week.
Same to you. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks, Kerbs.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.
That's Chris Kerber here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We'll have more Blues coverage throughout the course of the show today, including eventually our goal game and some breakdown on what the Blues can do against this Mammoth team tonight. I was listening to somebody on Sirius Satellite Radio today break down why the Packers should have kept Aaron Rodgers, and they would have been much better off. And while I applaud him for being outside the box with his thinking, I thought maybe he was drunk. That's next on 101 ESPN. What?
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. We just got done talking with Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Utah Mammoth. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We are going to dive into some NFL news. It's not really news. It's Anthony's opinion, but it is going to be a good one. I'm telling you that. Are the Packers actually better off? We'll discuss it next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
All right, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Good tease there, Marshy. Good tease.
Thanks, Anthony.
I was driving, listening to Adam Shine on Sports. He's on the Mad Dog Sports radio network there for Sirius. And he's made this take before. Now, Adam Shine, he is in love with Aaron Rodgers. Has him on the show often. He loves him. Loves him some Aaron Rodgers. So he is biased when it comes to this. But yesterday he brought it up, and then he doubled down on it again today. So the Packers are visiting the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers on Sunday night. This is the first time that Aaron Rodgers will face his former team. And Adam Shine kept saying how the Packers would have been better off if had they just kept Aaron Rodgers.
What?
Kept Aaron Rodgers, drafted either T. Higgins or Michael Pittman in that 2020 NFL draft instead of taking Jordan Love. Both were available. Both could have been had at the end of the first round where the Packers selected, or towards the end of the first round. And they should have just went that route. And he said that the Packers would have won at least one more Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Again, had they just kept him.
I don't know that to be true.
I don't either.
Aaron Rodgers, by the time they traded him, was on the steady decline. Like, he wasn't, like,
Now, okay.
I mean, he's fine.
Is that if you had Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback for this particular team? Because the teams leading up to where they're at right now, not the best teams. I mean, they made the playoffs, but the Packers have made the playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
Because they're just a well-ran organization.
They're consistently in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were consistently in the playoffs. They have been consistently in the playoffs. Were consistently in the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers and had multiple opportunities with Aaron Rodgers in his prime to win more than the one Super Bowl.
And they didn't. Adding
T. Higgins or Michael Pittman would not have been the difference in Aaron Rodgers winning another Super Bowl in Green Bay. I'm sorry. We've provided these excuses. I've made this point before with Aaron Rodgers. I've called it the bubble wrap theory, where he gets put in bubble wrap and you blame everybody else or you blame the situation.
Well, that's what Aaron did himself.
Exactly. He's never had a first-round wide receiver. Okay. He had a great second-round wide receiver in Devontae Adams, one of the best in his prime. Who cares that they got him in the second compared to the first? He also consistently, not every year, but he often had at the very least, an above-average defense, which I would argue is more beneficial to a quarterback than having a first-round wide receiver. You know where the Bengals drafted T. Higgins? The great T. Higgins.
Not in the first round.
Top of the second round. So why are you making the claim that the Packers, they disrespected Rodgers? He never had a first-round wide receiver.
That's
Who
a
cares?
weird take, man.
Yeah, maybe
it's a weird take.
That's not the argument to be. If you're going to make said argument, that's not the one to make. I would throw it on the defense, like the Falcons when they played in the NFC Championship game.
They roasted them
years back. That defense got smacked
They roasted him.
So that was
one of the And
but that was a great offense for the Falcons.
It was. That was the year that Matt Ryan won the MVP.
Yeah.
Do you know what the argument was then that year?
No, I mean I would assume the defense.
No running game.
There were two. Believe it or not, it's dumber than that, right? Like that would make sense. That would make sense.
Bad kicker?
He was sick. Aaron Rodgers was sick. He had the flu, and they didn't host the game.
But I thought he was vaccinated.
That's right, they didn't.
They found okay. Not going there.
I couldn't help myself.
Aaron Rodgers sat, if you remember, the NFL films caught Aaron Rodgers speaking to a teammate on the bench about, man, we got to host one of these things one year. That blew up the narrative.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Packers, they got to be good enough to host. They got to host the game. They got to host the game.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Tom Brady went into Green Bay?
Well, Anthony, that wasn't his fault. They shouldn't have kicked the field goal.
There you go. There's always this excuse. You wouldn't have won another Super Bowl with T. Higgins if you couldn't do it. Devontae Adams, you think Michael Pittman was going to put you over the top? Stop. The Packers are in better shape. I don't know if Jordan Love is going to win a Super Bowl, but I do know that he's a franchise quarterback. I know the Packers are better now for now and in the future by drafting Jordan Love when they did, just as they were when they drafted Aaron Rodgers when they still had Brett Favre.
You think Jordan Love is in the same conversation, same breath as those two?
No, I don't. But I do know that Aaron Rodgers, to Jamie's initial point, why are we overlooking the fact that Aaron Rodgers did not play well his final year in Green Bay? And it's by his standards, okay? I'm not saying he was Justin Fields.
Yeah, they missed the playoffs.
They missed the playoffs. It was the final week. Dan Campbell went in there. Mm-hmm. Lions, nothing to play for. They had been eliminated 2 hours before kickoff.
Sunday Night Football.
On Sunday Night Football and beat them. When Green Bay had everything on all the Green Bay Packers had to do was win. What was the excuse then? But he did not play well. He struggled on third down all season that year, and he struggled in the red zone.
I mean, you know what would help that, Anthony?
Michael Pittman.
A first-round wide receiver.
The dude had Jordy Nelson. He had Devontae Adams. He's had various, decent running backs. He had anywhere from excellent defenses to above-average defenses.
Alan Lazard was good at one point.
Come on. Yeah, T. Higgins is a really good receiver. Probably be a number one on most teams. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not Tyreek Hill in his prime. You're not up at night as a defensive coordinator knowing where T. Higgins is or Michael Pittman is. They're good receivers. They're compliments, but come on.
I mean, he's got a great chance with the Steelers, Anthony.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
If he plays like he did last week, he could lose a lot of games 33-32.
Kerry was here. He would tell you, come on, man. You got to stop that.
It's a dumbass take. Speaking of take, hot take or hot garbage is next. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, they want to play hot take or hot garbage. Send in a statement. We'll debate whether or not it's a hot take or hot garbage next. It's that special time of year where you can save big and give bigger. It's not Christmas, not yet at least. The Glennon card season, though, is upon us. It's presented by Edward Jones, and for 10 wonderful days between October 17th through October 26th, so we are in that window, your Glennon card unlocks 20% off and more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. Again, the Glennon card unlocks 20% off and more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. Not the best part of the card, though. Here's the best part. When you shop with the Glennon card, your savings reach far beyond the checkout counter, as every dollar from your card purchase goes directly to support the courageous patients and loving families at the SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. So treat yourself, support your community, and help bring healing and hope to children who need it most. You can visit glennoncard.org, and they'll give you all the participating businesses, and you can receive your card today. Again, visit glennoncard.org. Save now, give big, feel good. take. With Jamie Rivers and Andrew March, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Time to play Hot Take or Hot Garbage. It's where you send in a take to the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646, and we'll either agree that it's a hot take or we'll call it out for being hot garbage. March, what do we got?
All right, we'll start off with Symphonic Metalhead. Hot take or hot garbage? The NFL should be the first league to expand past 32, but they are not ready yet.
Oh, they should be the first team.
Based on what?
Yeah.
Like what? Like
Popularity, dollars made.
Okay.
Here's my fear. They'll expand to like London.
And I think that's probably what they would do.
And I'm not about it.
I'm not either. I think that's so stupid.
As do I. I think they should.
Where else would they go?
Right here.
Well, St. Louis would be fantastic.
Okay, let's just ignore that because that's probably not going to happen.
Come on, man.
Toast.
Okay, so I've thought about this independently, about like what cities would make sense to have an NFL team. I think Toronto would be fantastic. I know they have the CFL up there, but the Buffalo Bills have a massive following in the Toronto area. NFL football, when they go there, sells out easily. But do I think that they're an automatic? No, I don't. Where else? Because you have to have... It takes a certain city...
Right.
...to have an NFL team. Like St. Louis, I agree. I think St. Louis would be great. I don't think the league is going to look at that. So that's why I said let's forget about St. Louis.
I think your better bets are in the Midwest or the South.
But where?
You know where. Right here.
Okay.
Well, and you don't want to...
seriousness.
In all seriousness, you'd need two teams.
But in all seriousness, the Midwest makes a lot of sense. You don't want to go on the coast anymore. You've got teams out there, right?
Yeah, but
there's
where?
a lot to do. So Midwest or South. So you don't have to ask again.
Come on, that's what I'm saying, because most of the cities we're going to bring up are probably like really good college towns.
What about Oklahoma City?
That would be a good one. That'd be a good one.
Don't they have enough going on football-wise in Oklahoma, though?
I mean, you could say the same thing about football in Texas, football in Florida.
Good. Although I think,
what about Iowa?
I don't see anything in Iowa.
It's a good one. Yeah, well, even better to have it. It's a good one.
Iowa.
What about the Dakotas?
Yeah. Then you are...
Would there be enough of an
I don't know.
appetite?
There's not a big city in the Dakotas outside, unless you want to put one in like Mount Rushmore or something. I don't know. In South Dakota. But a lot of those people out there are all Vikings fans. So, and that's something that you need to take account of, is if you put a team somewhere, are they going to then gravitate towards their team, the new team, or are they going to stay a fan of their original team?
What do you guys think of Salt Lake City?
That's probably another good one.
Because I could see that owner, Ryan Smith.
Yeah.
He has the Jazz. He has the Mammoth. I could see him going, you know what? I got a couple extra $1 billion in my pocket here. Why not complete the trifecta?
Yeah, I wonder if Salt Lake City is becoming, and obviously the towns are completely different, but in terms of getting new professional sports teams, if they are now following the model that like Vegas had, where all of a sudden they're
a lot of
like
the
new
big corporations, by the way, have moved to Utah.
Right.
They've moved out of Silicon Valley and all that because obviously the cost of living and the cost of doing business is stupid there. So Utah and Texas are two places where a lot of those high-tech companies are going. So I could see that. I don't see San Antonio being able to... I played in San Antonio in the minors. It's a fine area. I don't see it being an NFL city, personally. So that'd be interesting.
I don't know.
What about Mexico City? Or does that cause a bunch of headaches? Because it really is not that far for teams. The flight to Mexico City for some teams is less than, well, it's way less than New York to LA.
Right. MD 2020 says Cottleville. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. We got the Cottleville Fields out there. Let's go, baby.
Be the Cottleville Cougars.
Yeah. We had a golf cart. our way to the games there, baby.
Yeah.
Tailgating on my golf cart.
Jamie's got everybody staying on his lawn, parking on the lawn. You see, can't you? He's got like the dollar bills between his fingers.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, put it right there. I'll get you out.
You know what? I feel like Jamie would be an absolute wizard with parking if he lived right next to Lambeau Field.
Oh, yeah, he'd be incredible. He would be incredible.
One thing I would do is I'll just take all the grass out of my yard.
Oh, yeah.
And just concrete that thing up.
Yep.
It'd be all parking spots. We got quite a bit of grass, Marshy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
We'd have quite a few parking spots.
Yeah, you'd be just fine.
Yeah. But, honey, it looks terrible. Wait till football season. Looks green to me.
All right, from the 618, hot take or hot garbage, all leagues need salary caps. Dynasty teams should be a thing of the past. Please bring on parity.
Hot take. Absolutely.
What?
We've made that argument with, I've made the argument with baseball.
Yeah.
Salary cap, salary floor. We've talked about college football and how parity has made the game, made Saturdays more interesting, more entertaining, certainly. So I think that's a hot take. And really, you're only talking about Major League Baseball, right? NFL's got a cap, NBA's got a cap, NHL's got a cap.
Yeah, everything else says, everything does. So, but as far as the dynasties go, I don't hate the dynasties.
I don't either.
Because they're really not of the norm anymore. Like baseball, again, because, the Dodgers are always in the conversation. Yeah, I get it. But again, it's a non-salary cap sport. When you talk, like even the Chiefs, the dynasty is being 3 years in a row successful.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 3 in a row or is it like 3 and 5?
3, 5.
You have a dynasty in almost every single league except for the one where we had dynasties, it seemed like every 4 years, which was the NBA.
Yeah.
NHL, you have the Panthers. Before that, you had the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yep.
Essentially, they're not a dynasty. They only won 2 in a row.
Blackhawks in the
Blackhawks, you had the
2010s.
Kings who
Well, the
won
Blackhawks
2.
were 3 cups in 10 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, they won 3
They were 3
and 5.
weren't
Yeah, but their success was over. No, it wasn't. There was a bigger gap in there. Before they won,
I don't think so.
missed a year, 2.
They won in 2010. They won in 2013 and 2015.
Yeah.
So 2010 was Blackhawks Flyers, 2011 Bruins Canucks, 2012 Kings
Yeah, but then they still
Rangers.
had a couple of seasons of success after that, is what I'm saying.
They did until the Blues beat them in Game 7.
You're damn right.
And then they had
Troy Brouwer.
See ya.
Yep.
The Blackhawks dynasty matched almost year for year. Almost.
With the Giants?
The Giants dynasty.
Yeah.
Because they won in 10, 12, and 14.
Mm-hmm. They won every other year.
And then they had success. So, Jamie, what you're talking about, the Blackhawks, they actually won the wild card rounds in 16 and then lost, I think, to the...
was it the Reds?
No, the Reds didn't get them. It's 2016.
2016, so...
Was it the Cubs? I think it was the Cubs.
Cubs, I think the Cubs played the Reds that year in the divisional round, if I'm not mistaken. But then the Giants played the... I don't know who they played.
I want to say
Was it the Dodgers?
I want to say the Giants got beat by the Cubs in that.
They may have in the NLCS.
It definitely wasn't the NLCS.
No?
It was the NLDS. It was the
Okay.
final. It was the next.
Well,
Let's see here.
maybe we can look it up.
It was the Cubs.
Was the Cubs? Okay.
Yep. Cubs got them 3-1. Yep.
I feel like you need dynasties, but you don't need too much of it, Otherwise, then it becomes annoying.
Yeah, I'm good.
Becomes annoying. Let's do one more here before we get to the gauntlet. From the 618, hot take or hot garbage, just got a pumpkin pie from the store, and it's phenomenal. Pumpkin pie is the king of all pies, especially with some Cool Whip on top.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
It's. I don't think it's the king of all pies, but it sure is good.
I do like that.
It's
I do
good.
like pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
What do you think is the king of all? I mean, it's got to be apple pie, right?
Well, yeah, apple pie is kind of
Warm
your
apple pie?
Your tradition, your staple. Yeah, it's the OG in some respects,
Mm-hmm.
But pumpkin pie,
Pumpkin
a
pie.
little Cool Whip.
You ever had rhubarb pie?
No.
It's
No.
really friggin' good.
I won't knock it because I've never tried it. I just don't want to try it.
Yeah, it's really good. And then
What is rhubarb?
It's like a
Vegetable?
ish. No, I don't know what it is.
Is it
It's a
purple?
plant. Yeah. Not an eggplant, though. No.
No,
Anthony
no,
likes those.
That's Anthony's favorite emoji.
But
Well, you're always cooking in the kitchen and all that good
it's
stuff.
amazing how sometimes it just pops up.
Uh-huh.
The emoji, that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not amazing.
No, not really. Sometimes surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rhubarb pie is great, though. You should try it out. Don't knock it till you've tried it, Anthony. You know.
Yeah. All right.
Cherry pie, too.
Solid.
Solid.
Yes.
It's good.
Can never get enough.
Yeah.
Do we have a Gauntlet contestant?
We do, yeah. It goes by the name Colonel Sanders.
All right. Well, we'll have Colonel Sanders on next on 101 ESPN.
Cheap, fun. Let's get dirty on a game day. That's right. Blues playing tonight. If you're not headed down to Enterprise Center, you better be headed over to Dirt Cheap. Pick up some fun things for the evening. They've always got great deals going on. And if you're in a rush, they've got pickup or delivery available. And all you have to do is download the Dirt Cheap Rewards app and you start saving immediately, but you can also use it to place your order. So you place your order right now and you pick it up on the way home, or if you're on your way home and you just want to meet it there, it can be delivered to your home, and all the same deals are available through the app. So whether it's in store or you're getting it delivered or you're picking it up, you're getting the same great prices and the same great selections over there at Dirt Cheap. And no matter what it is that you're doing, doesn't have to be a Blues game, could be just sitting back, enjoying a nice bottle of wine with your significant other. Dirt Cheap has got everything for you in there. And I absolutely love their bourbon selection. It's the only place I buy my bourbon in St. Louis. They take great care of me, and I just love everything about it. So please stop by any location today. They got several locations, several brand new ones available as well. You can always visit cheapcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
categories, one challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
Time for the Gauntlet here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 4:04 your time check, brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Matthew. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not much. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for listening. You got round one. Would you like to take on Marsh, Jamie, or me in the Gauntlet?
All right, I'm going to take on Anthony today.
Oh, man. All right, good luck to you, Matthew.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, Anthony, get the heck out of here. As Anthony's headed to the cone of silence, Matthew, tell my guy Marshy to spin that wheel, please.
Spin that wheel, Marsh.
All right, you going to tell us what you're hoping to get here, or maybe something that you don't want to get?
Not football. I was careful about choosing because Anthony is best at football. So anything other than that.
All right, well, it almost landed on football. It carried over to random. How do you feel about that?
Oh, great. Exactly at that, random.
Okay. All right, well, while Marshy's getting the questions together here, a little reminder, each question's worth 2 points. If you use the options, at that point, they become worth 1 point. You get them wrong, you get no points, and if we're tied after 4 questions, we will go to a tiebreaker. Matthew, are you ready?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
All right, buddy, here we go. Question 1. In the great state of Maine, whose mouth parts are commonly called Aristotle's lantern?
Options.
The great sea urchin, the king crab, or the squid?
The great sea urchin. That's the final answer.
Question number 2. What does filet mignon mean in French?
No. Options again.
Options are hearty beef, cute filet, or beastly meat.
Can you repeat those, Marsh?
Hearty beef, cute filet, or beastly meat.
C, beastly meat. Final answer.
Question 3. Who portrayed Colonel Mustard in the film version of the board game Clue?
Oh, goodness, my wife is going to be upset with me. Options.
All right, was it Dean Martin, Bob Newhart, or Martin Mull?
Let's go with B, final answer.
Question number 4. When does National Kindness Month take place?
Oh, goodness. All right, options again. I guess I'll be better at 25% chance.
Options are February, June, or December.
Well, I know June is Pride. February is too short, so let's do December. Final answer.
All right. Let's get our guy Anthony back in here. I don't know where he is.
He's at the door.
Oh, okay. Just looking in the cone of silence. He's already scooted out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of know, but how was the cone of silence?
Yeah, it was quiet.
Yeah.
No Mike Ryder, no nobody.
Feels like a Friday around here.
It does, yeah.
There's not a soul in the building.
What the heck?
Okay. All right, Anthony. Well, your category's random.
Very random. Pack a lunch.
Pack a lunch.
Oh, no. Okay.
You ready?
No.
Okay. We're going to go anyways.
Okay.
Question 1. In the great state of Maine, whose mouth parts are commonly called Aristotle's lantern?
Options.
The green sea urchin, the king crab, or squid?
Squid. Final answer.
Question number 2. What does filet mignon mean in French?
Options.
Hearty beef, cute filet, beastly meat.
Cute filet. Final answer.
Question 3. Who portrayed Colonel Mustard in the film version of the board game Clue?
I can picture him, but
I know you've seen this.
Yeah, I have. I can picture him, but I don't know his name. Options.
Was it Dean Martin, Bob Newhart, or Martin Mull?
Martin Mull. Final answer.
Question number 4. When does National Kindness Month take place?
It's be a tough one for Anthony.
Why is that?
I'm sorry.
He would know National Spite Month.
It's March.
It is. It so is.
All right, National Kindness Month.
Yep.
October. Final answer.
Wow, just winging it, huh? All right, let's go over these. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go right down. No, I'm not. No, we're gonna mix it up. All right. Start with question 1. In the great state of Maine, whose mouth parts are commonly called Aristotle's lantern? Matthew took the option, said the green sea urchin. Anthony took the option, said squid. Marshy, answer is.
It is the green sea urchin.
Wow, nice job.
All right.
Okay, let's go to question 3. Who portrayed Colonel Mustard in the film version of the board game Clue? With the options, Matthew said Martin Mull. With the options, Anthony said Martin Mull. Answer is?
It is Martin Mull.
Martin Mull. Question 4. When does National Kindness Month take place? Matthew with the option said December. Holiday season, the gift of giving, kissing under the mistletoe, caroling, you know,
Makes
that
sense.
month.
Yeah.
Anthony, without the options, said October, which was not an option. Answer is
It is February.
February,
The month
Valentine's
before
Day.
National Spite Month.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right, so here's where we're at. Matthew is up 2-1 heading into the final question. What does filet mignon mean in French? Matthew took the option, said beastly meat. Anthony took the option, said cute filet. Marshy, answer is?
It is cute filet.
Matthew.
Walk it off.
Walk it off, baby. All right.
All right.
Here's how it works. I'm going to ask you guys a tiebreaker question. Matthew, you will remain silent while Anthony writes down his answer. Once Anthony is done writing his answer, he will show us, and then we will come to you when we need an answer, like right away. Closest to the pin wins today. Matthew, do you understand?
Of course.
All right, buddy. Here we go. Tiebreaker question. The beloved par 3 at Pebble Beach, hole number 7, is the shortest on the PGA Tour at how many yards?
119.
Oh, no.
Okay. Here's how it works. You're lucky, Matthew, because Anthony already wrote his answer down.
Oh, shoot.
It's
Sorry.
okay. You could have ruined it,
I should have.
but you didn't.
Ooh.
Or maybe you did.
Anthony, can I see that?
I have
number
no
one
clue
more time?
about that hole.
Okay.
Do we need a calculator, Marshy?
We do not. If we did, it'd
All right.
be a tough look for me.
Okay, so again, the beloved par 3 at Pebble Beach, hole number 7, is the shortest on the PGA Tour at how many yards? Anthony, what did you write down?
100.
100. And Matthew said 119? Correct?
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Eh,
Matthew,
You have chosen poorly.
You lose. Not today.
The answer is 106 yards.
Wow.
So you were both very, very close. Anthony just edged you out there at the end.
All right, great job, guys. Awesome, Anthony.
Oh, thanks, man. good battle, man. Good battle. That was a tough one.
Nothing about that hole.
I didn't.
Nothing.
Honestly, I didn't.
I didn't
either.
know anything about it either.
I didn't either.
I mean,
yeah.
I even kind of like golf, so.
Or any of those other ones. So thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you,
buddy.
Thank you, bud.
Good job, Anthony.
Thank you. That was tough. That was a tough
now,
one.
I will say this. I have a beef with one of the questions about beef.
Beef, yeah. No pun
Because
intended.
filet mignon, although like very slang in French, if you say, oh, ma petite mignon, like my little cutie, right?
Mm-hmm.
But translated properly, filet mignon is small filet.
But small could be cute.
Small
right?
can be, but not always.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's like some babies are really small and cute, some are not. Although we say, oh, she's so cute. Not cute, no. Not all of them. Some of them really cute, Martian. Your babies, I'm sure, will be really cute.
Well, I appreciate
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But yeah, so translated properly, but cute is like a slang word. Like mignon is slang for cute in French, so we give you that one.
So if you would have taken this,
I would have
one,
had beef, literally, with this question.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
would
would
have said
I would
it.
have said small filet, and it would have said, no, it's cute. I'm like, no, Google that. Because I Googled it here just to make sure.
right now.
Anthony, I'm glad you won. Nothing against Matthew, of course, but he absolutely said Bob Newhart.
No, he didn't. He said C.
No, he said B.
Did he say B?
Yeah.
I thought he said C.
No, he said B.
I should have made sure.
That's why I was like,
okay,
I guess we're.
Did you check the audio?
Yeah, I'll go back and check.
Check the audio, because I swear he said C. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to go.
Take a listen.
Yeah, let's see here.
I gotta find it real quick.
Oh, okay.
Give me a
Fine.
second.
So I would have won outright.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see what the audio says, because I swear I heard C. Now, I also have troubles hearing sometimes.
Did you have your glasses on?
I did, but what I didn't do is I didn't verify.
Gotcha.
I should have said, oh, you mean...
You trusted,
I
but
would have
not.
said C. Martin Mull, and he said, no, he would have said, no, Bob Newhart. So
Right.
I should have said, instead of just accepting...
Hey, it's fine. Oh, you got it?
Okay.
I got it.
Wow,
I got
that
it.
was,
You ready?
that was quick.
Here we go.
You went to the YouTube.
Yeah. This is from the YouTube, of course. Go check it out.
Options.
All right, was it Dean Martin, Bob Newhart, or Martin Mull?
Let's go with the final answer.
Yeah, C. See what he said?
I'm glad I won too then. That would have been a major controversy.
I was like, oh, okay.
Matthew, I
Maybe
tried.
I heard it differently, but then someone on the text line said, one called us a moron. But
That was nice.
For not hearing that?
for not hearing that. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, oh, maybe he did say Martin Mull.
And Matthew wouldn't have corrected you because he didn't
know. What,
know.
Though? I heard him giggle. I heard him giggle a little bit.
Oh, so
I did. I'm
he
like,
didn't say anything?
He didn't say anything.
Oh, no. Well, worked out anyways.
Guys, I apologize.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh, no, you know what?
It's fine.
It's my bad. I'll get my hearing checked tomorrow.
No, you won't. All right, we got part one of the Sports Six Pack coming up. 314-399-9646 is the Air Commerce Service tax line. Send in any questions there. We'll answer them next.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six Pack, Part 1 here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers, me, Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with question 1 via the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646.
Question number 1.
From the 636, true or false? Due to Jamie's lack of hearing and age, he should endorse a brand of hearing aids on 101 ESPN.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, we got a question about the Blues and the Mammoth, and if Clayton Keller will score a goal tonight.
No. Logan Mayer's going to put him out of the game in the first period.
Whoa!
I don't know. I like Clayton, too. Good St. Louis kid. Great family. I shouldn't have said that.
Why'd you?
I don't know. I was trying to marry two subjects together.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't have those forced marriages.
No, you can't.
They don't always work out.
No, sir, they don't.
Most of the time, they don't.
No.
Yeah. All right.
So, no, he's not. He's not going to score.
What?
Question number 2.
Keller.
He's going to speak into my good eye.
All right, Thrill Fan 22 wants to know if the playoffs started today, which AFC team would be the toughest to defeat?
AFC.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
yep.
I hate to take the stock answer, but look at them the last 2 weeks. They got Xavier Worthy back a couple of weeks ago, and they should have beaten the Jaguars. They were sloppy at the end of that game. Should have beat them.
Sloppy.
Should have beat them. Pummeled the Raiders, which they should, but that was the first game back with Rashee Rice following the suspension. What do you have? 2 touchdowns in that game? Patrick Mahomes didn't even play the fourth quarter. They're like, this one's in the bag. We'll just pull him. Rest of the starters. They are starting to get locked in. They already had a good defense. The only criticism I have about the Chiefs is that they do not have a running game. Mahomes is the running game. And that's not to say that Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco can't pick up some key third downs and stuff like that, but that's not a running game. But yeah, it would be the Chiefs. I think the Patriots are interesting, but that's a young team. We have no idea how Drake May is going to perform at the playoff level. The Colts have been very good, but let's be honest, they've not been tested yet. So I think the answer is the Chiefs. Now, are they in the playoffs, though? Maybe I should have checked that.
The Chiefs?
Yeah. They are not.
There you go.
So they're eliminated.
Wow. Okay.
They are not in.
Whoa. This changes everything now.
Seven get in. They're the 8th team.
I haven't looked at the standings, but if I had to guess, obviously the Colts would be your number 1 seed.
They are.
Patriots are second.
Patriots are leading the East. The South would be led by, the Colts. The West is the Chargers still, right?
Denver
or no, is it Denver?
Broncos.
Yeah, Denver. They only have 2 losses.
I'd have to say the
Broncos are
Bills.
3.
The Bills would be my pick out of this.
I mean, at this point, I got to go with the Colts then. I have to. Even though they've played a Sun Belt schedule.
You mean an FCS schedule?
Sun Belt.
That'd be harder.
Oh man!
Even though they're in the Big 12, I've got to take the Colts at 6-1 and with the most efficient offense in ever, Bob.
So if the Colts, I think the Colts are playing the Chiefs here in a few weeks. If the Colts actually beat the Chiefs, will you take them seriously?
I do take them seriously.
Anthony,
I take them seriously. I have said that they're a good team.
It's terrible.
They just play in a conference that they can rack up a bunch of wins. That's all.
Come on.
They're in the Sun Belt. Their wins are against the Dolphins. They should have lost to the Broncos. The refs helped them out there.
No, the Broncos did themselves a disservice by jumping over the center.
Barely.
You can't.
I don't even think he did.
It's a penalty.
I don't even think he did.
You can't do it.
Their wins: Dolphins, a fake win against Denver, the Titans, the Raiders,
He doesn't sound
the
like
Cardinals,
much of a believer right
and
now.
the Chargers. Your best wins against the Chargers. You guys feel good about the Chargers right now? I didn't think so. Well, Sun Belt schedule. Good team, though.
Anthony, Chargers got a get-right game tonight.
Oh, no, they don't. Don't you be doing that.
Are you kidding me? I Every time they play any team that plays the Vikings, oh, you got a problem throwing the football downfield? Why don't you play the Vikings? We'll throw for 3 deep balls.
You're going to be fine tonight, Marsh. You're going to be just fine.
Oh, you can't run the ball because your rookie running back's on the IR? You got a couple guys that no one really knows anything about? They'll run for over 100 tonight.
No. Joe Alt is back, though, right? Isn't Joe Alt back for the Chargers?
I saw that he might be out, actually.
All right. Anyways, go ahead. Fire the next one.
Fire up chips.
Fire up
Question
chips,
number 3.
Got UMass this weekend.
Former Blue, kind of. Colton Ellis. Great game last night. From the 314, how do you think the Colton Ellis loss will affect the Blues for the next 1 to 3 years?
Oh, yeah, it's terrible. I mean, you should have kept him instead of Bennington and Hofer together. Get rid of both of those guys, and Colton Ellis should have been your guy. Who couldn't have seen this coming? I mean, Army, really. I mean, he trades away Brett Hull, Zach Bolduc, and then now he trades away, the next all-star goaltender in Colton Ellis. I mean, he's left with, what's his name, Bennington, and who's the other guy?
Joel Hofer.
Oh, those guys, yeah. Mm-hmm. Guys, I'm happy for Colton Ellis, but if there's one thing that fans can do is ruin a nice night for the kid. It really, because I see, social media is the enemy. I pop on social media. Oh my God, we should have kept Colton Ellis. Over who? Over who? Well, we could have kept him in the system. You tried. You put him on waivers. He got picked up.
Shouldn't have put him on waivers.
You're not going to carry 3 goalies. Well, you can, but who's not dressing? Colton Ellis doesn't play a game for 30 games?
You know what?
What are we doing here?
This feels like playing fantasy football and you have a depth running back. You're like, well, this guy really isn't doing anything for me. I need somebody else to really fill that spot because I'm ultimately not going to play this guy. Mm-hmm. You put him on waivers. Somebody else picks him up. He goes off for 20-plus points. You're like, damn it, I knew I should have played him, even though you're never going to play him. Yeah. You're never going to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, one of those things. I'm happy for Colton Ellis. Was he going to take Bennington's spot or Hofer's spot? No. What does it mean for the next 1 to 3 years? You still have 2 more years after this one with Benner and 2 more years with Hofer. I think you're going to be okay.
We'll see, Jamie. Jury's out.
One game was a big one.
All right, well, part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is next. 314-399-9646. Keep those questions rolling in. Part 2 next.
Selling your home can be stressful. It really can be, especially this time of year. It's kind of getting into that holiday season. You're not sure. Should you list your home? Maybe not sure. Well, don't you try to answer those questions. Ask the experts. And that right there is Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria will help you. She understands that the process of selling your home is stressful. It can cause anxiety. And she understands the market in St. Louis, too. She's been in the business here for over 20 years. And Gloria Liu knows for sure how to price your home to get it sold quickly, but also for the most money. And believe it or not, this is actually a really good time of year to list your home because there is not as much inventory out there. So for people who are looking, you might get several people that are bidding on your home, which means more money for you at the end. But for any of this, though, you've really got to use the voice of an expert, and that's Gloria Liu. Give her a call. Tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaLiuHasTheBuyers.com. Actually, it's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Try that again. GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues back in action tonight, taking on the Utah Mammoth. You can listen to that game right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 6. Puck drop is at 7. We talked earlier today with Chris Kerber. If you missed that interview, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Sports Six-Pack Part 2 next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at Londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive.
Are you kidding me?
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Let's continue with our Sports Six-Pack. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, why don't you go ahead and hit us with question 4.
Question number 4.
From the 573, who do you think is the best division in the NFL currently?
Ooh, the best division. Let's see here. If we're looking in totality, probably NFC West.
Best division?
I mean, yeah, look, you got the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams at 5-2. The Cardinals are not good, but it's certainly not the NFC South. NFC North is get a bit of a gap there between the Lions, Packers, and the Bears. Maybe the NFC North. AFC.
I would say top to bottom, it's either the NFC North or the NFC West.
That's what I'm looking at.
I would go with the NFC North.
I think there's better teams. I think the top end is much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at the NFC North from, let's just do a head coach and quarterback comparison, Matt LaFleur, Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, and Kevin O'Connell. That's a tough 1 through 4 to beat.
For coaches?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the quarterback route, though.
Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, and Carson McCarthy.
Yeah.
But right now in the NFC West, the quarterbacks would be...
Well, the coaches.
Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDonald, Sean McVay, and...
Matthew Stafford.
Jonathan Goodwin.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. It's the top 3 in each of those divisions.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm right.
I'm going to go with the NFC North.
All right, me too.
Yeah, it's a tough division, Anthony. Team that won 14 games last year. They're 3-3 right now. You know, they're not out of it by any means. It's just a tough division.
Should have kept Sam Darnold.
And you know what? They're 1-0 in division games.
Yeah. I mean, the point differential...
They offered Sam Darnold a contract, and he said no.
Yeah.
And they offered a contract to Daniel Jones, too, and he said no.
Mm-hmm.
So...
That's weird. I think that's weird that Daniel Jones said no, unless the writing was on the wall that whoever they drafted was going to be the number 1 QB.
Yeah.
Because Daniel Jones raving about Kevin O'Connell and their system, their procedures with quarterbacks and quarterback room.
Yeah, they're dead set on having J.J. McCarthy be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and that's probably Daniel Jones said, no, I'm good.
Right.
I'll go where Anthony Richardson is because
oh my gosh,
sucks.
Can we talk about him for a second?
Sure.
This same offense is one of the best. Again, we said it earlier in the week, best in the century. And Anthony Richardson made it look terrible.
That's correct.
He's not good.
Yeah.
And I know that's not an earth-shattering take by any means, but
Anthony Richardson didn't play a lot at Florida. I mean, his athletic ability's off the charts. Strong arm, can run around, but he was clearly not ready to command an NFL offense. And that's not a knock on him. The Colts, I think the Colts knew that he was a bit of a project, but then they just got impatient, and good for them because clearly they had a roster that was ready to compete. They just needed, at the very least, a game manager, somebody who wasn't going to come in and turn the ball over, make sure that the protections were set properly, turn around, hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor, and hit the open wide receivers when you give play action. So I think the Colts knew that Anthony Richardson was a project, and then eventually just kind of move forward with him.
Can you spend that high of draft capital on a project?
If you get the right guy behind him. For example, the 49ers. They went up and got Trey Lance. The same situation.
Yeah.
Very similar situation.
Also didn't really play that many games at North Dakota State.
Exactly. So he played against lower competition than what Anthony Richardson faced at Florida, but he was still a project. The 49ers went up and got him.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan knew that he made the wrong call. He talked himself into Trey Lance. He wanted Mac Jones. He wanted Mac Jones.
He has a boss.
John Lynch was like, hey, this guy's going to be incredible. And Kyle Shanahan said, I started to watch the film and I kind of talked myself into it. Good thing they took Brock Purdy with the last pick that year.
And good thing he went and got Mac Jones.
And then signed Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
That's unreal.
Our guy Gator in the Snake Pit says AR-15, Anthony Richardson, has untapped potential. I think he does. But you're going to need...
Sometimes that untapped potential just stays untapped.
I think Trey Lance...
I'm not being a jerk.
Is that example?
There's several players in every sport, young players that have this untapped potential and just never actually get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 5.
Symphonic Metalhead wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Nordiques versus Whalers jersey game tonight? So you have the Avalanche wearing the old Quebec Nordiques jerseys, and of course the Carolina Hurricanes donning the old Whaler uniforms.
Yeah. By the way, it makes me really miss that era of hockey. They had some serious friggin' uniforms back then, man.
Did you ever have to wear the... what are they called? Cooperalls?
The Cooperalls? Yeah, I did. Not in the NHL.
Okay.
Not in the NHL. That was a little ahead of my time. So I wore them playing like youth hockey, like right before playing junior hockey. And then the world went back to the pants and socks look as I was going into my first year junior. I shouldn't say the world, the junior world. But yeah, so Cooperalls, Anthony, were...
Yeah, what are they?
They were long pants. So imagine putting on everything underneath, but you don't have hockey socks. It's just long pants.
Like sweatpants.
Like overalls that you just pull all the way up with suspenders. And so that was your hockey. So you have a jersey, everything the same, all the same gear, but instead of like pants, socks, it'd be like one straight pant.
So it's kind of like what the kids wear when they go out and play in the snow.
Kind of. If you look at an NHL referee, that's what it looked like. Pants.
Okay.
You're playing in pants.
But there's like, stuff on the side, like a design on the side,
Some of them had stripes. Some of them had like stars.
The jersey.
Like the Washington Capitals had like, they were blue pants with like the red, white, and blue stars down the side of their pants. And yeah, there was some things going on back then.
Splashback Deuce and Bacon Wrap Wiener were thinking like I was. Splashback Deuce is probably great for sledding, not hockey.
So funny story about that is that players started to hate this because whenever they would be skating and they'd fall, they'd slide twice as fast. So they'd get out of position, slide into the boards faster because there was no like resistance. It was like being on like a slip and slide type thing. So it didn't take long for the NHL to get away from those. But the Hartford Whalers and the Philadelphia Flyers were the two teams that held on the longest to those.
So with these two teams in the jersey matchup, obviously from just watching the game and the jerseys themselves are awesome. Do you find it weird, though, that these two teams who have been relocated out of that specific area are wearing jerseys of the team that was then relocated? I almost find it like disrespectful, kind of.
I look at it the other way.
Okay.
To me, it's an homage to their heritage, where we came from, what it was. And let's just be honest. it's another way to make money for the owners. Because now you've got a Nathan McKinnon jersey, but it's a Quebec Nordique Nathan McKinnon. And if you ever get it signed, it's worth twice as much because it's rare. So people are going to spend a lot of money on this stuff.
Nice.
But I think to me, it's an ode to their past as a franchise. I don't hate it.
Okay.
I don't hate it. Plus, they're awesome jerseys.
They are. They're so
If they're
cool.
ugly, I'd be like, it's a terrible idea.
I feel bad. I feel more bad for Quebec fans just because of the team moved and then they won the cup
the very next
year
season.
Yeah.
It's
it's kind of like
almost
the Rams. Like, we're not too far off, but
yeah, or the Browns, or I'm sorry, the
Ravens.
The Ravens. Well, Browns.
Who were the
Ravens.
Browns?
Yes.
And the Browns came back. Yeah.
And then the Ravens won.
Yeah.
In 2000.
Yeah, not great.
No.
Tough.
Was that question 6?
No, it was not. We have 1 more.
All right.
Let's go.
Question number 6.
From the 618, do you think the Blues should have kept Falk and Broberg together instead of splitting them up?
Well, they kind of bounced around a bunch. Or right now, they mean like for tonight? I wish I understood. Because they've had a whole bunch of different pairings and combinations here over the last couple of games. I think right now the coaching staff is trying to pair up what I would call an ace with a lower suit in the deck. So if it's, like Fowler's paired with Mayu tonight. Now, does that mean he won't play with Colton Parayko? No, it doesn't. They will take shifts together. Tucker, I believe, is playing with Justin Falk. They've played together before. The pair was pretty good, pretty effective together. And I'm excited to see what Broberg-Parayko looks like. That's a couple of really big guys who skate really well out there. And if that's your top pair for the night, could be a fun night. So, mix and match and see what works.
We got a text from Palante is a nerd. I don't make these names. They're just on the text line.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Rams came out this weekend in Navy STL jerseys, I would be livid.
Who?
Yeah.
The Rams in their the navy and gold.
Yeah, that would suck.
I don't think you would, right? Like I think
they want it. They don't want anything to do with St. Louis
don't.
except for taking all the Hall of Famers that used to play here
and bring them out there.
Parade them out.
Yeah.
You're
That's
right.
a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You nailed that one,
Very
Marsh.
seldom do you see any team go back to a jersey that was terrible.
Oh, for sure.
They somehow avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for one team in your opinion.
Let's go to break, okay?
A certain red color in a certain jersey that has the name that's not red.
Yeah, whatever you do,
the
just make
opposite.
sure that you go back in time and in your memory and you remember that great number 99 wearing that jersey instead of what was after,
I like
the little wee 9 and the normal 9 and it's slanted. I mean, it's great.
And I prefer the number 6.
Number 6.
Wearing that uniform.
That guy wore it well.
It's fascinating. 101 ESPN. We get Bet the Board next. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to play Bet the Board. Marsh, what are our latest standings?
All right, so Carey is not in the lead anymore. He is tied for the lead with me. I have 11 points. Carey has 11 points. Jamie has 10 points. Anthony, you have 8.
All right. Well, Marsh, go ahead.
What did Carey put in?
Carey texted us. Let's see here. Warriors money line. Warriors money line.
All right. I'm looking at Thursday Night Football. Both teams, the Vikings and the Chargers, to make a 33-yard field goal. I need both teams to at least make a 33-yard or longer field goal. That is at yes at minus 130.
What kind of insider information do you have on this, Marshy?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
The only information I have is that maybe both teams, for whatever reason, can't score in the red zone. They get down there.
But then they struggle bus it?
Then they struggle bus it, Anthony, and they got to kick a field goal.
Let's flag this one just in case.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
All right.
Seems a little fishy.
A little bit.
Like he knows something about how Kevin O'Connell's going to call this one. You know, he was just in Minnesota.
He was.
I was. And you know what I did see? I saw 2nd and 1 down in the red zone. And
turned into 4th and 1.
Yeah, just a
real quick.
Well, just a bunch of passing plays when you needed 1 yard.
Well, when you don't have a big back like a Jordan Mason,
Yeah, he's pretty good, Anthony.
you pass the ball.
Nah, yeah, but your quarterback. You know what? Never mind.
All right, it's my turn.
Yes, sir.
Give me the over on the first period between the Mammoth and the Blues.
Oh.
I see some hungry players out there.
So you think the Blues are going to have an oppo effect tonight in the first period? You think they're going to be buzzing?
One would hope.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm leaning.
Not only for your bet, but also all of Blues Nation.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay. I like it, Jamie.
Yeah, no pressure, boys.
I like it a lot. Marshy, please give me Quentin Johnston of the Chargers to have 50 or more receiving yards tonight. 50 or more receiving yards. You kind of talked me into it based on your rants about how when you play the Vikings, it's a get-right spot for you offensively.
No, Anthony, you are struggling this month at the board. I actually have Quentin Johnston in my lineup in my main fantasy football league, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, Marsh, I don't know why you had to take a dig at me.
Well, I'm just, hey, this is a stats and facts.
Yeah, but some things,
I'm just.
Some things can't. Some things don't have to be said.
Well, it came to my brain.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
Oh, Gator.
But you don't want
thank
me to
you,
just
Gator.
be just saying.
You know what? Gator in the snake pit's got my back. He goes, yes, all caps, Anthony. He's on my fantasy football team. Oh, no. Now Splashback Deuce is calling me something. Allegedly. So that's quite a specific player prop, Anthony.
Yeah, it's pretty specific.
Someone did mention, and I said both teams get in the red zone and they can't score. We did get a text saying that if they're in the red zone, it won't be a 33-yard field goal.
Oh, good call.
My point is that sometimes you'll take a 10-yard penalty, holding.
Wait a second. It would be, wouldn't it?
Maybe. Well, it just depends on how deep you are in the red zone.
It always does.
Maybe your center will snap the ball 15 feet over your quarterback's head.
That has happened. And then your kicker's got to hit a 56-yarder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not wanting that tonight by any means. But I'm just saying it has happened before.
So since we're talking about that Vikings-Eagles game that you were at, I texted you guys this. As regular listeners know, I have a big problem with Scott Hansen on the Red Zone channel, kind of previewing, sometimes, he doesn't do it all the time, but kind of previewing what we're going to see next. And you guys are like, no, he doesn't do that. And I texted you guys this during the game. Now, Marsh, I don't think you saw this because you were probably drunk as a skunk watching your Vikings. But I said, quote, "We have to check in on the Eagles' offense, which hasn't scored since the opening drive. Let's see if they can get something going." Flash to
Devontae Smith.
Jalen Hurts throwing to Devontae Smith for a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I texted you guys, hey, Scott, why don't you just tell me the ending of every blank movie I want to see, you blankety blank blank face. I also threw something about Mr. Brighthouse in there.
You did.
Definitely.
I sent you a
made sure.
video, Anthony, this weekend of that song being played. I don't think you liked it.
You were taking the video, right? Were you singing it at the top of your lungs, too?
Absolutely.
You sicko?
I didn't have a voice coming home. It was tough. I thought maybe I had to take Tuesday off because I literally couldn't talk. Because I was singing so loud and cheering. But I battled through, Anthony.
I'm good. I'm glad.
I was questionable heading into the week, but I was good to go.
Good, man. Good to see you back. Week 8 NFL Pick'em Challenge picks. We got a lot of work to do, fellas.
We do.
And I mean a lot of work to do. Just like the Ravens, let's mount our comeback starting this week. Pick'em Challenge picks next on 101 ESPN.
ready to pick 'em. It's the Fast Lane Football Pick 'em Challenge on 101 ESPN.
Refreshed by Bud Light, official beer of the NFL. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 5:03, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So we're getting our butts handed to us by the Rizzuto show. Honestly, an insurmountable lead. There's no
might as well
way.
Just call it off at this point.
Well, I think we should still play just for.
Well, no, we'll play,
the people.
It's over.
But these guys are. There's no way they're blowing this lead.
No chance.
They're no New York Giants over there. Sometimes you just got to admit when you've been beat. Mm-hmm. And while we'll continue to play, they are an absolute juggernaut right now. Hate to say it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right, Chargers and Vikings tonight. We'll get to that game coming up at 5:15, so let's all save our picks there. First one on the docket's Dolphins and Falcons.
Let's go Dolphins.
I typically fade. Typically fade the Falcons.
They're due. Tua today talking about how he's not tall enough to see some of his receivers. I was checking out the Falcons line of scrimmage. They're not as tall as their opponent that they had last week. Could be a better week for Tua.
Good call.
When was the last time we saw two lefty quarterbacks play each other?
Steve Young and
Boomer Esiason.
Boomer Esiason. Well played. Nice job.
Bad, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Who else? John Elway?
Whenever I get a giggle out of you.
That was pretty good. Wait, John Elway wasn't lefty, was he?
No.
Let's see. Steve Young.
Boomer. Was Phil Simms?
Nope.
No? I feel like one of those guys.
Oh, Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Lefty.
Byron Leftwich wasn't a lefty,
Nope, he was a righty.
but his name has the word left.
It's what throws you off.
It does throw me off.
Yeah,
you would think you'd be lefty.
Yeah. So right now it's Tua, Penix. What's a lefty? Someone else is going to be a lefty, no?
There's no other lefty in the league, I don't think.
What?
That starting quarterback anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you. Yeah. That was fun. All right. We all got the Falcons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Lamar Jackson is supposed to be back for the Ravens, so I'm taking the Ravens. I'm not going to take the Bears in Baltimore with Lamar back.
Well, Baltimore's a 6.5 point favorite. So Vegas seems to agree with us on this one. Give me the Ravens. That's not like a 2.5.
Marsh is thinking about it.
Yeah, I'll probably flip that one. 6.5? That's way too much.
Right now, do you have the Bears?
Yeah, I do actually, but I'll probably flip that one.
Yeah, if it was 2.5, I'd be like, 6.5.
It's time for the Ravens to mount their comeback. And this has got less to do with the Bears and more to do with the Ravens, because the Bears they've turned things around. They look pretty good. They look competent, but still. All right, Bills in a get-right spot against Carolina, although Carolina has played very well, especially at home. I just can't see Josh Allen and company coming off a bye and losing 2 straight road games to NFC South opponents.
Yeah, Bills.
I agree, Bills.
Okay. Bengals over the hapless Jets.
Yep.
Yes.
Nobody's going to be fading.
Give me that Joe Flacco.
Niners and Texans.
Niners.
I got the Niners just because the Houston Texans do not have an offense.
I got the
play
Niners
without one.
based on the fact that my eyeballs are still slightly bleeding from watching the Texans offense the other night.
That's a good call. We all have the Patriots over the Browns.
Correct.
Yeah.
Eagles, Giants.
Well, I actually had a hard time picking that one.
I cannot see the Eagles losing to the Cam Scadaboos twice in 1 month.
In Philly, too.
I'm surprised they're playing so quick.
Yeah, that is weird.
7.5 is the spread. Philly.
Give me them Eagles.
Eagles.
Bucks and Saints. Give me them Bucks.
Yep.
Cowboys, Broncos.
This one's tough. I think that's one of the games that we're talking about.
Yeah,
that one right
I think
there.
so.
Could be one of them where it's scattered a little bit.
Really? The Spencer Rattlers? How come?
You're talking about Dallas and Denver.
Why did I say that?
I don't know.
That game was right above.
It's right. I'm looking. I'm like,
It's right
what?
above.
Spencer Rattler.
And I looked at it and I saw
I'm like,
the
it's
Saints.
Dak and Bo Nix, bro.
Spencer Rattler got traded to Denver. You just missed it.
Oh, okay.
That's my fault.
Well,
Broncos,
allegedly.
Cowboys.
To me, that's going to be a tough game. I got the Broncos, but I could easily flip to the Cowboys.
With the way Dak Prescott and the Cowboys offense is looking, it is tempting to take Dallas. They're on the road though.
Can't do it.
And they're a different team on the road. Plus Denver's coming off that miracle win.
But is it an emotional win to where then they drop the following week? I mean, they should have lost to the Giants.
I don't know what to make of the Broncos at all.
I don't think they know.
Okay, so we're all going.
Although they are 3-0 at home. And
Denver's.
the Cowboys are 1-3 away.
Yeah, all right.
All right, Denver it is.
Yep, everybody's got the Colts over the Titans.
Cowboys.
Yes.
Packers, Steelers in the Aaron Rodgers revenge game. That's not a revenge game, according to him.
I've got the Packers in this one.
I have the Packers as well. I just don't trust Pittsburgh's defense.
I have the Packers, but can you trust Green Bay's offense?
I can't trust Green Bay right now.
I can't trust
general,
either of these teams.
But let's do this. Who's got the better defense?
Green Bay.
Green Bay. Who's got the better coach?
Green Bay.
I would say Green Bay.
Carey's not here. I'll say Mike Tomlin because Carey can't right now.
Who's got the better quarterback?
I don't know.
When Jordan Love's on, he's really on. When he's off, he's throwing picks left and right.
I think that Aaron Rodgers, who does not like to be bothered as a quarterback, I think Micah Parsons and those guys are going to drive him nuts coming off the edge there. Aaron does not like to move around too much anymore in his, we'll call it, advanced age. And I think that'll be more problematic for Aaron Rodgers.
Something about this game. I don't know what it is. Aaron Rodgers 1-0 in his other revenge game against the Jets. Now, we know the Jets are...
They barely beat the Jets.
An FCS Sunbelt MAC team.
Whoa. Sunbelt team.
Okay.
Not a MAC team.
Sunbelt type team.
Yeah.
Flirting with the MAC.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Aaron Rodgers would never play on a Tuesday. You don't have the guts.
They're in... Here's the thing. They're in Pittsburgh. If I was going to buy into... I like storylines. If I was going to buy into this Aaron Rodgers revenge game, winning it would have to be at Lambeau. It would have to be at Lambeau. I don't see it happening. So I'm going to go with Green Bay.
I don't think the Steelers are that good. I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
I just don't. We all sat here a week ago.
Yeah.
A week ago, we made the mistake.
We did.
By not taking the Joe Flacco's.
It was on this day.
It was on this day. Probably around the same time. We all sat here. The three of us. We all looked at each other because Carey was off, believe it or not. And we all looked at each other.
That's
and we said,
disgusting
we
with
all
myself the
see
next
it.
day.
We all see it. We all see it.
I even texted. I texted you guys before the game started. Do you remember what I said?
You said the Joe Flacco's about to win this thing.
No, I mean, kinda.
Honestly, I forgot what he said. I don't either.
It was a Thursday night football stat about the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they had a terrible record on Thursday night football games. And
lo and behold,
the game proceeded, and we are now full of regret.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we are. Cost us everything.
Cost us an entire week.
Yeah.
Because the three of us didn't have the huevos rancheros to actually take the Bengals.
Yep.
All right, and everybody's on the Chiefs over the Commanders. We will not have Jaden Daniels. He's already been ruled out with a hammy.
That's tough.
Boy, that Washington season's going right down the drain, huh, guys?
Yep. You called it.
I did. One of the few things I called. That situation, my mother. That's it. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. You always want to call mom.
Text dad, call mom.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Did I call my mother?
No, the way you worded that was weird.
That was play on words.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
It was good. It's good.
It's weird.
It's a funny hat.
It was. I mean, I say sentences that don't make sense sometimes, so I'm not even going to judge.
Yeah. Well, we all do, but that was just.
It was good.
It was weird.
It was good, guys.
I mean, it's confusing at the least.
Thursday night football. Does either team still have a shot to get on a playoff run? And if If you did pick one, would it be the Chargers or Marsh's Vikings? That's next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. I'm Anthony Stalter, and if you're playing tonight, play at Underdog. You got the Thursday night football game. It's going to be, it's going to be interesting. You got two teams that, quite frankly, you don't know if they can get on track and make the playoffs. If they're gonna win, if you're gonna do so, you're gonna do so tonight. Though you're gonna get a win. Football season being in full swing, Underdog's the perfect place to play. And as I'm looking at this matchup, and by the way, picking an Underdog, you just pick a couple players that you like, choose whether or not they're going to go higher or lower in their stats. So, for example, I think Jordan Addison has himself another big game. I'm going to go higher than 54.5 receiving yards for Jordan Addison. The other receiver I really like in this game is Quentin Johnston. Quentin Johnston, higher than 50.5 receiving yards. There's a couple of plays that I like. If you want to pick those same players or fade me, either way, it's a lot of fun at Underdog. So get your entries right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash, and you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app today. Sign up with my promo code Anthony to score $100 in bonus funds or bonus entries when you play your first $5. Again, use that promo code, just my first name, Anthony. Underdog. Make plays, win money. Must be 18 or older in present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.inspgambling.org.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We just did our Pick'em Challenge, went through most of the games, but we did not touch on tonight's game. The Thursday night game on Prime. We got the LA Chargers at home, visiting team Marshy's Vikings. Marshy, if there was a path to success for the Vikings tonight against the Chargers. Where's that path, in your opinion?
Well, Carson Wentz just has to play good football.
Is it all him, though?
Well, okay, so last week I said that was a winnable game, and there were multiple instances where Kevin O'Connell drew up a good play call, and he just simply flat out missed his guys. Jordan Addison down the sideline. You put that ball right on him, touchdown. He throws it behind him. And Jordan Addison made the catch, but it wasn't right on him. You know, TJ Hawkinson, he doesn't make the catch. They call it's not a catch, but Carson Wentz, if he puts that ball on him instead of waiting 5 seconds, it's a touchdown. CJ Ham, multiple times, wide open. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. He'll throw the ball into the ground, intentional grounding. He threw a ball 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage that went out of bounds last week.
I can never be too careful.
Carson Wentz will either go and have a great game or he'll look like the worst quarterback ever, and there's really no in between, and it drives me absolutely nuts.
He did make some bigger plays in that game.
He ran the ball. I had him at 9+ rushing yards last week. That was my bet the board on Friday, and he had a couple plays where he extended drives like late in that game using his feet. He is a gamer in that instance, but some of the decision making that he has just again drives me insane.
Yeah, it's a little tough to watch at times. I think he's done a decent job filling in for J.J. McCarthy.
He's been fine.
He's a backup.
He is a backup, and he had a good final drive against the Browns.
He did, and he also...
That shouldn't have happened, though. You shouldn't even be in that situation.
Against Cleveland?
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland just beat up on a really good Miami Dolphins team last week, so, I don't know what your deal is with Cleveland. If you guys were to take one of these teams...
Yeah.
I guess you could take both, but if you're going to take one to still get on a run and make the playoffs, would it be the Chargers or Vikings? Because both of these teams kind of come into this game almost in a similar nature.
Yeah,
the Vikings
ish.
The Vikings came in, and I think there was obviously a lot of skepticism whether or not J.J. McCarthy could be the guy. But they're 3-3, and this seemingly is a fork in the road for them. The Chargers started hot. They beat the Chiefs, and then I think they won their next game. And everybody's like, "Wow, this Chargers team could maybe they're going to be the team to beat in the AFC West." They just got waxed by Indy.
They've been flooded with injuries, too.
They have. They've lost Joe Alt, and they lost Rashawn Slater. Now, Joe Alt should be back soon.
Yeah. If I was putting money down on it today, I'd say the Chargers have a better chance. And here's my reason. If we look at the head coaches, I'd say slight edge to the Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, although Harbaugh's a hell of a coach, and he's the type of guy that would have a game plan ready against almost anybody. But then I look at the quarterback position, and Herbert is just better than anything that the Vikings have.
Yeah.
Even JJ, if he's healthy, comes back and he's boy wonder like he's supposed to be, I just don't see him being better than Herbert yet. Carson Wentz clearly not as good as Justin Herbert.
No.
So by that process, to me, it leads to the Chargers.
I wonder, too, and this might sound crazy since the Chiefs and the Broncos still play in that division, but I also think the Vikings have a more difficult road.
Their schedule is one of the hardest in the NFL.
You still have to face Detroit twice. You still have to face Green Bay twice.
You get Lamar Jackson in the Baltimore Ravens. Imagine if they play that team when Lamar's out.
Sure.
Maybe you end up winning that game, but now I don't feel as warm and fuzzy about that matchup as I did 2 weeks ago.
Here's the Vikings schedule. Chargers tonight, Lions, Ravens, Bears, Packers, Seahawks, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, then Lions, Packers.
It's a tough schedule.
That's a really tough schedule, in my opinion.
Whereas the Chargers have already beaten the Chiefs once.
Who do they have the rest of the way here? They've got Vikings, obviously, then Titans, Steelers, Jags, Raiders. That could be 4 victories.
Okay. Yeah.
Then they got Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, Broncos. Chargers have a better schedule, too.
There you have it. All right. So we figured it out. Nice job, guys.
All right, good work, guys.
Real nice.
We get off early today. Yeah?
I don't think it works that way.
All right. We did a good job.
Nice, but
Yeah.
no, I don't
We
think
did a
it works
good
that way.
job.
Would be cool.
It
Marsh, you
doesn't
just run
work
commercials
that
for the
way.
last half hour.
Do what? Commercials?
Run commercials for the last half
Yeah, people love that.
Oh, they're fine. They pick up a lot of great products.
Yeah.
Yeah, like hearing aids.
Yeah, what?
Why do you guys think the Chargers have struggled as much as they have in year 2 under Harbaugh? Last year, they were a playoff team. They were a road favorite, in fact.
I think the injuries,
in Houston.
man.
I think it's because Justin Herbert is turning the ball over more than he did last year.
I also think there's more on him for some reason. Like they have turned. I would have thought Jim Harbaugh would have run the ball consistently.
We can't now because Omarion Hampton's been out.
Yeah,
he was eating, man.
But even when he was in,
No.
I felt it was a pass happy team. Not to say that they didn't have a running game. I'm saying
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
If we had a scale, right, like the old scales, it used to be heavy run. And then this year, the scale tipped to where it's not like heavy pass, but it was more pass than we thought.
Right.
While the running game was working.
That's Jamie nailed it. So here's the attempts for Justin Herbert: 34 against Kansas City, 27 against Vegas, 47 against Denver, 41 against the Giants, 29 against Washington, 38 against Miami, and 55 against Indy. Now, they were trailing Indy, so I understand why that number got out of hand.
So I just wanted to chime in and ask you, do you think this is a game script type thing where these games have been pretty close, if not the Chargers have been losing? They were losing against the Miami Dolphins. They had to come back and win that game.
They were
at the end.
Yeah, they were up. They were
up and down. And
Yeah.
yes, but still a close game against Miami. Like, you shouldn't really be in that situation.
So let me look at last year. So under the first year under Harbaugh, Justin Herbert. Yeah, look, 26 attempts, 20 attempts, 18 attempts, 27, 34, 39, 32, 27, 18, 36, 36, 23, 30. Like, initially at the start of the year, they weren't asking him to put the ball in the air more than 30 times. This year, it's like they have leaned on him. Now, I understand why now, because Hampton's out. But when you have and I'm a big Justin Herbert fan. I just, from Harbaugh's perspective, his teams have typically been play good defense, run the ball consistently, protect the ball as a QB. That's your job. And now they've unleashed him, but I don't know if it's smart at this point because teams almost know it's coming now. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Herbert versus that Brian Flores defense, which Marshy, as you know, has plenty of holes in it. But I think tonight's matchup is fascinating. And whoever wins, maybe they can get back on track.
So who are we going with?
I'm going to go Chargers. Short week, home team, better quarterback. Give me the Chargers.
Here's the dilemma. And maybe Jamie is leaning this way. I do not know. But Carson Wentz, and I believe T-Bone brought this up earlier. I saw this last night. Carson Wentz, 7-0 on Thursday Night Football in his career.
Wow.
He loves those Thursdays.
He certainly does.
The Vikings, Anthony, according to this Dustin Baker fella, and there's been, a couple
Baker,
other people.
Dusty Baker's writing about the NFL now. Good for him.
Guy knows a lot.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, it's been 47 years since the Vikings have won a road game on Thursday night.
They're due, baby.
Different man named Dale chimes in, says, no, wait a second. The Vikings beat the Lions in 2017, 30-23 on the road. That was a Thanksgiving Day game.
Thanksgiving
so not
is
a
on
night.
Thursday.
But not branded.
But it's a Thursday.
But it wasn't branded as Thursday Night Football.
No, it's just branded
But it was
as
still a Thursday game.
Thanksgiving.
I like facts. The fact is, it was on a Thursday.
I don't count it. Not a Thursday night.
The fact is, Carson Wentz 7-0 Thursday Night Football.
That's all that matters.
And are you going with the Vikings?
Yeah, I'm going Vikings. That's it. the Red Rocket on Thursday night.
No, that's a different quarterback.
He is playing, though, this weekend.
He is. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, that's Carson Wentz. That's what I call him.
No, he'll be in Charlotte.
No, that guy's got a different name.
The Red BB gun?
No. The Red Rifle.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz is Red Rocket.
Red Rocket.
Way bigger, way better. Yeah.
More of a bigger.
Let's go Vikings.
Bigger headache.
No. Bigger what?
Headache.
Yeah. Let's go Vikings.
All right, let's get into this Blues Mammoth matchup.
I'm going with the Chargers, but I'm rooting for the Vikings.
And we'll get into Light the Lamp next on 101 ESPN.
Blues.
Hey, you still got time to get your Glennon card presented by Edward Jones. And there's a lot of great reasons to get the Glennon card this year. It runs through October 17th through the 26th. So we're in that period right now. But your Glennon card will unlock 20% off at more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. So you can visit glennoncard.org. And then you'll find the participating businesses and also get your card today. So again, 20% off at more than 340 local shops, restaurants, and attractions. But here's the best part. When you shop with the Glennon card, your savings reach far beyond the checkout counter. That's because every dollar from your card purchase goes directly to support the courageous patients and loving families at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. If you know anybody, or maybe you yourself, that has had a child in a children's hospital, it can be a time of immense stress, pressure. It's not an enjoyable experience. A lot of sleepless nights. So anything that you can do to help those families, I highly encourage you. So treat yourself, support your community, help bring healing and hope to children who need it most. Visit glennoncard.org again to see all the participating businesses and get your card today. And then every purchase, like I mentioned, goes directly to support the patients and families at SSM Health Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Glennoncard.org.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. After the show, we'll have pregame for you for the Blues and Utah Mammoth. It starts at 6. Puck drop will be at 7. If you missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our interviews there and all of our shows, and it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We are going to dive into this matchup against the Utah Mammoth, and we will also light the lamp. That's coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
The Blues will take on the Mammoth. We got the pregame show with Alex Ferrario starting at 6. Puck will drop at 7 right here on the Blues Radio Network. Before we get into Jamie's thoughts on the matchup, let's hear Jim Montgomery, head coach of the Blues.
Why him ahead of me? For obvious reasons.
He joined us yesterday, and one of the things I asked him was, what do you want to see out of your squad tonight as you look for a get-right game following the loss to the Kings? This is what Monty said.
I want to see a real inspired effort where 5 guys are playing together. And wherever the puck is and you're watching on TV, you see 5 guys in that picture.
Yeah, I'm on. Especially considering the way the game started the other night, Jamie, where you just got off to a slow start.
You didn't like that?
No, I did not.
Nobody did, apparently.
Yeah, Anthony, you're telling me in the office how much you love puck support.
I just love having the puck.
Who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
It's funny because I was talking to Grant earlier. We were recording for Jamie's jersey giveaway, and Grant brought up the fact that although the Utah Mammoth have some really good scoring players, like Nick Schmaltz has got 10 points in 7 games, Clayton Keller 9 points in 7 games, Dylan Gunther 6 points in 7 games. Like, they're putting the puck in the net quite a bit. He said, oddly enough, their special teams are not good.
What?
And I said, what do you mean, Grant? And Grant said, well, just happened to be brushing up on some things. He said the Mammoth's power play is only 14.8%, which is not that high for a team that has that firepower.
Great point, Grant.
Subsequently, he also brought up the fact that their penalty kill is only 75%, which is good for 21st in the NHL. So if ever, Grant said, there was a night that the Blues could capitalize on special teams battle, could be tonight against the Mammoth.
Yeah, and that one guy down the road that I ran into before coming to work, I was getting some lunch, Anthony. I ran into this listener, and he was telling me, although Tusky has brought in, he's given the Mammoth life.
He's got a big trunk.
He really does. They've been playing good hockey since Tusky arrived. However, although they're 4-0 at home, they're under 500 on the road. And who's the home team? Who's the road team tonight?
Well, that'd be the Blues at home and the Mammoth on the road.
Exactly. So, just saying.
Yeah.
Or that guy was just saying.
And actually, I bumped into Moon in the hallway earlier today.
Moon Valjean?
Yeah, he's a big mascot guy. We know that. Sometimes he uses the mascots to pick his team for the Pick'em Challenge and things like that. And we were talking just about Tusky.
Well.
And he said it's kind of weird because, like, it's a Mammoth, but, Mammoth, they're huge. Mammoths are huge, but this mascot for the Utah Mammoth is, like, normal-sized dude like you and I, but he's got, like, a mammoth head, big trunk, and tusks, but, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So flip side of that, Louis is pretty size proportionate. Like, he's the size of an actual polar bear.
That's a great point.
Polar bears are vicious.
Vicious animals.
So if you don't have a mammoth at full size, which they don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
They're like a tiny.
Husky's at risk.
Yeah.
Louis would beat the piss out of him.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah. That's good insight by Moon.
That's good. And Kerry Davis, by the way, yesterday, he was kind of dejected that he didn't or he wasn't going to get his opportunity to talk about the Blues and the Mammoth.
Yeah.
Big game tonight, and he brought up a really interesting point. He just said, look, let's not overlook the goaltending side of this stuff. You know, you've got Jordan Binnington that obviously is a heck of a goaltender. Joel Hofer, a heck of a goaltender. And on the flip side of this, you got to be careful whether you got Vejmelka in the pipes tonight, which I think that's what we're going to see. He's got a .911 save percentage, but he is very susceptible to rebounds. Said that if the Blues ask or do what Monty's asking about getting bodies to the front of that, to the front of the net, the crease, all that stuff, they'll get rewarded with some rebound opportunities. So there's a great breakdown by Carey. I'm glad he added that because we'll be looking for that tonight.
Good. Yeah.
Now, Anthony, I know you like telling us things in the office and whatnot, but I would love to know on air if you think that the Mammoth are a group that the Blues should be concerned about throughout the regular season based on, last year and previous years. That organization, obviously, they're in a different spot now. Literally, they're in a different city.
They had to move. Jamie cursed them.
They did. He really did. They haven't had success, and they're not making the playoffs. But this year it feels a little bit different.
Well, I think you got to respect all opponents, Marsh. That's why I think it's important tonight. All the passes have got to be crisp. I'm talking tape to tape. You got to be strong in the neutral zone, especially your zone in and your zone exits need to be absolutely perfect. You don't want to get hemmed in along the side wall there too much. Strong forecheck, even better back check. Excellent special teams.
And the Blues did score on the power play the other night.
Yeah.
You know what they say, huh? Forecheck, back check, paycheck.
That's right. Yeah. Get bodies to the front of the net.
Yep.
That's about it. Then I think you win this game.
How do you win it? By scoring goals. Now's the time to pick our guys.
Whoa! Good call, Jamie.
Right?
Yeah.
A couple of guys can really shoot the puck.
Good call.
I must confess you scored.
5 o'clock hour.
Who was the first person?
Breakaway! Shoots! Score! We got hockey to learn.
All right. Where are our standings there, Marsh?
I don't think it's changed.
Nothing's changed. Jamie is still in the lead.
What's he got, 3?
4.
No, he's got 4 points. Jake Neighbors has given him all 4 points.
Yep.
I'm on the board as well. I have 1. Carey has 2.
Yep.
Anthony has 0.
Goose egg.
I'm going right back to the well. Give me Jake Neighbors.
Jake the Snake, huh?
Yep.
Who did Carey pick? I know he sent it in.
He had Cairo at number 1. For real. I'm not sewering him. Cairo, Neighbors, Holloway in order. So if Carey's second, he gets Cairo.
I'm going to pick a guy that some people have been a little down on the past few days.
The story, here it comes, baby.
This guy's going to score a goal.
And it's his 600th game tonight.
Pavel Buchnevich.
Wow.
Wow, Marshy sure knows a good story.
I'm going to go with a guy that has been on a scoring tear of late. And as I look back, especially to last year, this individual scored against this Utah team last year. Give me Zach Bolduc.
No, mister. That's not how the game works.
Really? That's what you do? You just did the thing.
He's been on a tear.
You just did the thing.
I thought you were going to pick Jimmy Snuggerud because
I knew he had somewhere
literally
stupid.
did score in the final game.
I knew he had somewhere stupid.
I don't understand what's going on.
Anthony, why would you do that?
All right, give me Braden Shen.
Pick a Blues player. Thank you.
Give me the captain.
Why would you do that? We're all having
you
fun
know why
here.
he did it. You know exactly.
We're all having fun.
Why he did it. Yep. Good job, Anthony.
Has he not been on a scoring tear? Okay.
He's not on the team anymore.
Well, it should be.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Nice.
You're the guy that other guy was texting in about earlier today.
Sure
Come on,
was.
you set me up for that. What we learned, 3 stars the day
You
next.
literally set yourself up for that.
I love heading out to Auto Centers Nissan. They've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles in one spot. I love sending people out there because if you need a ride, they've got a tremendous selection of not only new Nissans, but also used vehicles, different makes, different models. And right now, you can actually drive home a brand new 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano with no money down, 0% APR for 60 months, and no payments for 3 months. It's all part of their Scary Good Deals that's happening out in Herculaneum. They're just minutes from South County. The other great thing about Auto Centers Nissan, besides the sales experience, they make it fun for you. They give you a complimentary lifetime warranty on all new Nissans. That's right, complimentary lifetime warranty on all new Nissans. They also give you a 30-day return promise. So within 30 days, if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, bring it back to Auto Centers. They'll refund your money and set you up with something else that you're looking at. And if you already own a Nissan, bring it in for service, and your first oil change is free, even if you didn't buy from Auto Centers. So visit AutoCentersNissan.com. When you head out to Herculaneum, tell them Stalter sent you. Check out their great deals. They won't last forever. In fact, they're gonna end here at the end of the month. So make sure you head out to Auto Centers Nissan. Again, tell them Stalter sent you. Well, if you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. Marsh, go ahead. Kick us off.
Oh, what did I learn today? I learned a lot of things. I learned that the MAC should not be in the same conversation as the FCS and the Sun Belt Conference.
That's
why
correct.
that is, you have to take it up with Anthony Stalter.
Yes.
Some would say that they're eerily similar, but I guess they're not.
How could you?
Well, I said some, Anthony. I didn't say me.
I just said similar. Didn't say the same.
Jamie, what'd you learn?
Eerily similar.
I learned that I should probably listen a little closer or get my hearing checked.
What? No.
Had a situation today in the Gauntlet where What they said and what I heard were different. And
almost cost us a Gauntlet dub.
Almost, Anthony. And I do hold myself accountable for that. And I forget where I was going with this. But, yeah.
You should get your hearing checked.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What?
Maybe your memory checked as well.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to work on changing those tires.
Good. I learned that the Mammoth mascot is not a good representation of an actual mammoth that once walked our earth.
Yeah.
In fact, it is one of the smallest mammoths in American history.
Compared to a real mammoth,
it's nowhere close.
It's like a mammoth sperm.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas Louie, the Blues mascot, of course, is a pretty good size for a polar bear.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Even in the cold.
And the polar bear will, in fact, rip those tusks straight off that mammoth's face.
A lot of money. Those are worth a lot of money, too.
And beat them with it.
I don't think we should do that. Maybe they're endangered. We shouldn't maybe harm it.
I don't think they're around anymore.
Have you heard of anybody that has beat up a mascot?
I have, Jamie. Oh, Jamie has.
I didn't beat it up. I didn't beat up the mascot.
Sorry. He fired a puck.
I ran it over.
No, that's right. That was the coach that you fired.
I shot a puck.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we're going to get these stories right.
Wow. There's just so many.
There's a lot more.
Where you attack somebody. I got to write them down. You know? Reason you dropped to the third round, you beat somebody up.
Yeah.
Reason you got out of Detroit, you fired a puck at the coach's head.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a bit of a pattern here.
Hey, that doesn't define who you are, though.
No. I did do an anger management class.
Yeah. It was online, though, wasn't it?
It was online.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
Doesn't count.
It's like the University of Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's the Harvard of online schooling, you know?
I mean, you're not wrong. There was a football stadium named after that place.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
For what team?
An NFL season. Arizona Cardinals.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Was
kind
it
of an easy question.
Yeah.
The hubcap, some would call that place.
The hubcap, huh? Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like?
Terrible.
Yeah.
From the outside.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, Marsh, what do you got?
All right, let's head to the text line here. Let's see here. Thanks, Dad said what I learned. Moon is bothered by Tusky being small for a mammoth while he is small for a moon.
Yeah,
was that Splashback Deuce?
It might be.
I think it was.
There's a lot of different moons in the universe. Not all of them are big. There's small moons, there's this moon, that moon, you know, several.
I thought there was only one moon.
Nah, I saw this documentary one time.
Really?
2 different moons.
I think you're thinking of stars.
No,
not of stars.
Well, the star, the moon is a star.
Death Star. I've heard that. I saw a documentary about a Death Star once.
Moons aren't stars.
Yeah, they are.
Suns are stars.
No. Suns are flaming balls of gas.
The Phoenix Suns play in the NBA.
Yeah.
The
Their mascot is a gorilla.
Sun, WNBA.
Okay.
And the Dallas Stars play in hockey. They're in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the Astros have a star on their uniform, but they're not called a star.
Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
Now I'm even more confused because the Dallas Cowboys are Cowboys, but their logo is a star.
It's a star.
Which is also a sun, but according to Jamie, is a moon.
Now, the sun is a flaming ball of gas,
which is
the
a
moon
star.
is a big star.
Our third star of
the
the
moon was
day.
made of green cheese.
That's just what your mom told you.
Got it.
Because you kept asking questions.
Speaking of stars, our third star of the day goes out to letters.
Go.
A, B, C.
Sometimes they're confusing.
Absolutely. Second star of the day goes out to the word allegedly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had to use that a lot today, didn't we?
A lot today.
Mm-hmm.
And our first star of the day goes to hearing aids.
Yes.
Huh? All right.
Nice work, guys.
Let's go.
Blues and Mammoth pregame starting at 6 o'clock, so less than 5 minutes. You'll hear Alex Ferrario.
No, the sun is a star.
Jamie was fishing there, and he caught one.
Yeah, the sun is a flaming ball of gas. Check it out. You see
Jamie's like that little kid fishing on the Star from that one company, DreamWorks.
Yeah.
He's sitting on a star.
Yes, that's right.
Actually
He is.
it's actually a small moon I'm sitting on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Uh-huh. I think it is a moon he's sitting on.
Yeah,
He is.
Pluto has its own moon, too, by the way.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was a dog.
No, he's a dog, but the planet Pluto. It's not always a planet. Sometimes when the moon's too close, it's not a planet.
See you.